What's up, world? I'd like to welcome y'all to Drug Dealer's Dreams podcast, yo. Shit is real. We got real guests.
Yup.
Informative. Yo, my name G.
I'm Benny Blanco. You know, for those of you who lived it, can relate to it, seen it, heard it, felt it, been through it, it's for you.
Yo, we gonna have real convo, real guests, real just back and forth with me and my guy, man. Sit back, enjoy the ride, man. Drug Dealer's Dreams.
Word. If you tuning in for gossip, tune out.
Facts. Yo.
Yeah.
Listen, we've been pre-gaming. Check this out. The reason being, we got a special guest, man.
Word.
We got history. It feel like we done did this episode about 3-4 times already.
Word.
But,
I wonder why it feels like that.
I don't know. This is episode 1 probably. But real shit. This Blanc is G over there. Oh no, I'm bugging.
What the heck?
We litty.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's privilege. Got you
Nah,
litty,
Yo,
bro.
Privilege Henny, shout out. We need a sponsor.
Yeah.
Listen, this G
Blanc.
over there. We got a special guest, man. I want to let y'all know about this guest in case y'all never heard of her. Brandi Davis on Instagram at Free Pretty Girls.
Yup.
We're going to get into a good conversation because it's like family over here now. She been holding us down from day one on the Drug Dealer's Dream. Been to the federal prison. Got a 10-year sentence. Basically still just coming home. I don't care how long she been home. A year? Has it been a year? 2 years?
No, not even 2. I came home May 3rd, 2016. So what is about almost 18 months?
Okay, let's talk about
A
it.
year and a half.
Facts. All right. Now, some of y'all niggas can't fathom doing 30 days in the county. So let's give her
30
respect.
hours in
We're holding
CID.
it down. Anybody been to the feds, her PSI is clean. Precincts investigation. Google, do your homework. We're going to get into her story. Get into her growing up, dealing with how she got into the situation she got in, and let her explain to what she doing now and all the positive stuff she got going on. It is a drug dealer's dreams, but it's definitely not about selling drugs or condoning that, because at the end of the day, a lot of the time it's a drug dealer's nightmare.
Word.
So
For sure.
let's get it in and make it do what it do. Brandi Davis.
Yeah, we want you to start from the genesis, from the
From
beginning.
the beginning.
Where
Of
you
your
from?
journey.
Where you from?
I'm from Detroit, Michigan.
And no disrespect, I'm turning your phone over because
Okay,
it's
you
even
turn it
distracting.
over.
you.
Yeah. Her
Instagram's
IG
going
is lit.
crazy. Yeah.
I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Actually, I'm from Detroit, but I grew up in the suburbs. I grew up pretty privileged. My dad was in Detroit, it's basically full of, if you're from Detroit, it's either, growing up, you either worked at the plant or, had a blue collar job, or
What kind of plant? Like a car plant?
like we have like the big, whatever you want to call it, big 3 or whatever, GMC, Chrysler, we have the major car manufacturing companies there. So a lot of people work at the plant. So when things was good back then, you had a plant job, you was good money. So basically, you trade either, like back then, you either worked in the plant with a good job or you was a hustler. And just so happened my daddy was a hustler. So I grew up in the suburbs of Detroit. But growing up, my dad tried to deter me from that life. Don't go across 8 Mile. Don't do this, don't do that. But me being a girl from the suburbs, that lifestyle lured me. So I was sneaking on, hanging out in the D. But like I said, my childhood was pretty good. My dad was a drug dealer. I didn't really know it till I got a little older. So when I started going out and being out and about, and I seen the respect that people paid to me, or when I went out with my dad, a lot of dudes paid respect and homage to him, because he was kind of OG. He was an older type of dude. So that kind of made me look like, well, damn, I can go here and go in this bar underage without no ID or whatever, just off the strength of my daddy. So I kind of got caught up in that lifestyle.
Right.
I love my city. It's just gritty and grimy, but that's where I'm from.
Okay.
So in the beginning of you even getting that vibe, right, of wanting to experience what's outside the house, you don't know that your father trying to protect you from certain things at
Right.
a very young age, right? You just know your pops loves you and he's spoiling you. You know what I mean? And you got sisters or brothers?
Yeah, I got two sisters. My dad had three girls, and one thing my dad always told me, I remember when I was younger, he was like, "Don't ever deal with no man that can't do for you what I do for you." Like
Facts.
my
Real
dad,
shit.
he put us on a pedestal. Whatever he did for my mom, he did for his girls. My mama got a new mink for Christmas. We all got minks for Christmas. My mama got a chinchilla. We all got chinchillas. My mama might have got a better watch. She got a Piaget than we all got Rollies. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Hold on. Mama got all this, right?
yeah.
Y'all got this. What
Yeah, what
ages
age?
are
What-
we talking
when is
about?
this?
You talking
Yo,
about daddy buying
I got-
rollies? Are y'all 21?
No, I
What
got
age?
my first Rollie when I was in 10th grade. What, about 15 years old?
Come on now.
Yeah, I got my first Rollie when I was 15, but it's just so crazy because, like, he hit us with a whole starter kit. I had, like, 2 carats in my ear, necklace around my neck, then he had the bracelet, then he had the Rollie bezeled out, you know, like...
You got a record deal in the 10th grade.
It's like, yeah, it's like he gave me my whole kit,
Yeah.
but now I see why he did it because it's like...
You ain't settling for
I
less
wasn't
no
selling
more.
for nothing. Like, I was looking at dudes, like, basically, like, hold on, bro. Like, why I'm gonna talk to you? Like,
Hold
I
on.
up new car.
But
I
it's
got some
fucking you up
questions,
on the
too.
low.
But it is
That's what I'm
messing me
saying.
up in
Because
the low. But
you might be looking over a good dude.
I might be looking over a good dude, but my expectations was so high because I'm looking at dudes like, look, my daddy had me rolling. My first car was a Chrysler 300M in 1998, like when the first little Chrysler 300M
when them
was
shits
out.
came out,
Right,
and it
when
was the
everybody,
baby
when they
Bentley.
Went,
Yeah.
when they went with Daimler Benz or whatever.
Forget
And
about
y'all
it.
from Detroit.
I
They
had,
made
so
down.
then,
Yeah.
so I had that as my first car.
We ain't see him till 03.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I had that as my first car. And then my second car, I wanted to be like the big boy. So I got a 2002 Denali XL. So it's like, I was just, he did
No
everything
nigga.
for me. No
Your
nigga.
pops.
Like my dad did it. Like
Facts.
when I came down here to Atlanta and went to college, I ain't stay on campus. He had my own brand new apartment and new car. So it's like, I'm looking at dudes like, okay, you want to holler at me, but what can you do?
I got
Like,
more than you.
You can't do for me what my
Yeah.
daddy can do for me
Alright, yeah.
because I don't want for nothing. So why would I mess with you when I ain't got to do nothing and I got everything for free?
For sure.
You know? But it messed me up because I would never look at an average dude, like an average 9 to 5 or a dude with a good job who is living a
Right.
decent life.
Who ain't
Never
gonna
was
cheat on you?
attracted
Who
to
ain't
me.
got 10 hoes on the side?
Right. He was
all
never
that.
attractive to me because I was so accustomed to this certain lifestyle. So every dude I had to mess with couldn't just be no regular degular. He had to be that
Where's the
nigga
Henny?
because you had to compete with my dad.
So
The bottle at.
let me ask you something, Brandi.
Put it
Right?
there.
Play devil's advocate, right?
Mhm.
'Cause you know everything come with a price,
Right.
and your pops was paying a high price, obviously, for
Yeah.
everything he was doing. So, do you think that he was compensating for something that he thought he wasn't giving you, or do you think that he was just moving so fast that he was just doing the best that he could?
I think that now that I'm older,
Right.
you know, I'm more mature. I can look from things from both aspects because I'm a mom now. You know, so I can look at it from both sides of the fence. I feel like my dad was in the streets. He had all daughters. You know, he had my mom when she was 16 and he was 31. You know what I'm saying? So he basically molded her and brought her up and made her into
He
the
was
woman
taking
that he
care of
wanted
her
her to
too,
be.
right?
Yeah,
Basically.
like my mom, like I never seen my dad.
Was your pops on Pimp Town?
Back in the
Let's
day.
keep it a buck because
No,
16
I'm
and
gonna
31, like,
I'm gonna keep it 100.
like,
I'm gonna
like,
keep it
like,
100
like, we
with
from
you.
the street. So
When my
I
mom
just
first met my dad, he was a pimp. He was a pimp and hustler. You got to
Okay.
think about it.
Okay.
Back in
I ain't
the,
slow, so
but
I'm
back
just
in the
Right,
70s in Detroit, that's what niggas did. They was hustlers and pimps. Like Detroit is like Chicago. It's like a pimp city.
Right.
So my mom, she tells me stories now. Like, yo, when I met your dad, you know, he had them hoes. I told him I won't be no hoe. You know, it's like a
Right,
joke
right.
now, but he got her when she was 16 years old. So if you think back, 1631, he knew what he was doing. He got her. He molded her to the woman that he wanted her to be. My mom never worked. She stayed home and took care of her kids.
Right.
You know, but that fucked me up because that's not fucking normal. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Word.
Me
But it was
seeing that
normal to
shit,
you.
it
It was
was
normal
me,
to you,
but
though.
it kind of fucked me up in a
Right.
way because it's like I lost my independence as a woman, like because before I went to prison, all I ever did was have niggas take care of me. I ain't never think to go get it on my own because all I seen my mama do was sit at home and get everything paid for. But when I got older in my own relationships with men, it's a fucking high price you gotta pay for that shit. Like when a nigga taking
Book
care of your
plug.
ass,
Book plug.
right? It's like
But see,
Book
the
plug.
You know,
illest
but
part
it's
about
like-
that is what that fuck you up is. You grow up all the way to we gonna get into you going to prison or whatever.
Yeah, we gotta hit the rewind. In a
Right,
second.
but when you go to prison and you come home and you 35 and you ain't never paid rent on your own,
Never did
it's like
shit.
you 18 again.
it's like I'm fucking 15, fuck
Real shit.
18. It's
Fuck
like
it.
Right.
I didn't realize, like growing up, my mom, the things that she instilled to me, and I'm not even mad at her. Was the only things that she knew. She was with my daddy at 16, so it was like, be a woman, take care of your man, don't trip about shit he do.
And-
As long as he taking care of home, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So those was the things that my mom instilled in me. You know what I'm saying? So
but what that does is, sorry to cut you
No,
off.
go ahead.
Apologize. But that fuck her up because now I don't know how she is, 50, 60.
She's
She
60.
still think like that.
She
when that's not right. At least, God forbid, you had to do a bid, but you got it.
I got
You know
it.
what I'm saying? And you can figure it out because that's tough when you 60 years old and you still used to having somebody take care of you.
Take
That
care,
means
word.
you looking at your daughters, you looking at whoever.
Word.
Who the fuck gonna pay my
Yeah,
shit?
exactly.
But
You know what I'm
and that's-
saying?
and that's really-
so that's
but-
that's
He set the
that's
And what's so
standard
crazy, he set
high.
the bar so high,
Right.
I don't even
Right.
think my mom would ever meet somebody that would fill my dad's shoes.
Okay.
But my dad knew that shit because before this even happened, I went to jail. He was like, yo, if anything ever happened to me, like talks like my dad was like my best friend, period, point blank. Like we sit and we have a drink on the couch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We sit back and I absorb the game that I learned from my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my nigga. Like he rest in peace or whatever, but that's my nigga. I learned so much from him as a man, but I just soaked up the game. And he even told me, like, out of all my kids, if something ever was to happen to me, I know you gonna be okay, and you just make sure everybody else gonna be okay. Because he had us in this bubble. Like he had us to the point, like even when I had a nigga, my niggas used to get mad because I used to be like, nigga, fuck you, I don't need you, nigga. Like
Right.
I don't need you to pay my bills because I can call my daddy. And they be like, oh, you call your daddy? Yeah, nigga, you don't gotta pay shit because I can call my daddy, and all this shit over here still gonna get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
You can't threaten me, nigga.
you can't. It's nothing you can do because at the end of the day, I got my road dog got my back, but
Right.
I lost my dad when I was in prison. So
Okay.
me coming
Let's
home,
rewind.
Yeah,
Let's
we
rewind.
gotta hit that.
Yeah.
Let's rewind.
we can talk
Right.
about all that.
We
but what
was-
I'm
we
saying
was
is
in
it just-
childhood.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Pops
let's
holding
go
it
back.
down. You got rollies
Yeah.
in 10th grade.
right. So basically,
I want to talk
He
about
kinda-
real
he
quick. I don't mean to
fucked us
slow you
up.
down. You're doing amazing. But like, how did that? Because you got sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all obviously all close to your father. He sounds like an amazing father, right? But like, where do you fall in line? You the oldest, middle?
no,
the
I'm the
youngest?
middle.
You the middle.
I have a big sister
the
that's
middle
5 years
always
older than me
fights for attention.
because I'm not the baby and I'm
Right.
not the oldest.
Right.
So I'm the one in the middle. So for me, it was just like I'm
How
different
did
from my
How
sisters.
did that relationship start? Like with your father? Like, did he have to?
I was his rebellious child, and he'll always tell his friends that even said to me like, "Yo, you was the son that I ain't never have. Like, you was the son I was supposed to have because my
that
sisters."
says a lot, knowing how your story ended,
Right.
or is continuing
It's
to
like
go
he's
without
foreseeing
without
it in
the
my
audience
future
knowing.
without
Right.
even knowing. But like
Right,
my sisters
right.
are the total opposite. Like
Right.
they calm, cool, collective. But me, it's like everything I had to do was big. My daddy was that type of nigga. Like we growing up, we had big ass crib, indoor swimming. Jacuzzi in the house, in ground swimming pool in the backyard. Backyard was laid the fuck out. So it's like every holiday, every whatever. Everybody came to our crib because that's what a party at. We had a full bar, coolers full of bottles, free drinks, free food. Like
Now, when you say
came
everybody,
over.
like what, like
all my homies.
before you knew your pops was hustling, right?
Mhm.
And you get in this kind of company, like paint the picture for us. Like, what are you seeing? Like,
It's crazy because it's like I'm still close with a lot of my daddy friends' kids. You know, we grew up, our fathers was
Right.
hustlers, so we look at ourselves like we called each other cousins and stuff.
Right.
But now that I just recollect and I look back, I be thinking back on shit like, damn, like we all the kids growing up, we upstairs, you know what I'm saying, doing our little thing.
Right.
You go downstairs to grab something out the kitchen, it's smoky and hazy. You know what I'm saying? They smoking they weed. They might be snorting some lines, you know what I'm saying? Because that's back in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? The late 80s,
That
early
shit was
90s.
commonplace.
But the music playing, they vibing. I done seen shit happen at my daddy house where one of my mama friends and, you know, my daddy, his boy, they husband and wife, he came in, he pistol whipped her in the crib, like, in front of all of us. So it's like, as a kid seeing that shit, you be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally, this man came in and pistol whipped my auntie in front of us, like
In this big ass
crazy
house
shit
in the
in the
suburbs.
suburbs, in the
Right.
crib. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's just like, damn,
So
you know.
red flags started going off in your head, like, yo,
But to me,
shit is
that was,
good,
that
but
was
it
the
may not be all
norm.
good.
It was the norm.
But you going to school with kids,
With white kids or
Right.
black kids?
Mixed, because we
Okay.
lived in more so like a Jewish neighborhood, so it was like black and Jews.
Okay.
You
but
know,
you can't like turn to your homie on the bus in the fourth
and be
grade
like, "Oh,
and
my
be
auntie
like,
got pistol
yeah,
whipped." No,
exactly.
you can't do that.
Exactly.
But my friends, my friends at school was my friends at school. But my friends that was like families was my friends who parents was like my parents.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Those
Okay.
are the people who was over at the house. Those are the people who came
Gotcha.
over with their
So
parents
you had
and
an
was on
inner
hanging out.
circle inside.
I had my own
right.
inner circle, and all their
Right.
parents was hustlers.
Right.
You know, so to us, we fresh as shit. All the birthday parties, it's the same people. You know what I'm saying? So for us, that was our world. That was our norm. And
So
as
when
I
did
started
you-
getting older, I noticed that shit wasn't normal.
Right. Right. So like, at what age? Because it was the norm for you outside of the school, right? But when you're in that other social circle, it's abnormal.
This one, it became abnormal.
Okay.
In 1993, I remember this day like it's today. We was getting ready to go to school, and I hear some shit at the door like boom, boom, boom. It's like 6 in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck? But the first thing that came to my mind, like, oh shit. Like, you know, back in the day, home invasions was real big. Niggas was kicking in niggas' doors. So I'm like, shit, somebody kicking in the door. So I started running up the steps, but I seen my mama go first. She know what time it is.
Fact.
She go boom up the steps first. I'm like, well, shit, I'm going up the steps too, cause
Right.
I hear somebody trying to kick in the door. You remember them old school storm doors that you got to unlock with the key?
Right.
Everybody had them at their crib, but it was the feds. Like they kicked in our door at the crib. You know what I'm saying?
93.
So
How old is you in 93?
I was 11. I was in the 6th grade. So
Okay.
it was like they kicked in the door and shit. I'm like, damn, they got guns drawn. You know what I'm saying? My daddy get locked up or whatever like that. So I'm like, fuck, you know. So as the feds got the house around, they all on the front. I see the damn school bus ride by.
What you watching out your bedroom window?
No, they making us go outside
Okay.
while they raid the house, and I see the school bus ride past. So I'm like, damn. And what I knew it wasn't right is when my friends I used to play outside with, parents stopped letting them come over my house. When I go to middle school, everybody looking at me sideways and crazy because more than likely they hear their parents talking about what happened at
Of
our
course.
house at home.
Okay, question,
You know?
right? Now at this point you're in 6th grade. We haven't got to the rollies in 10th grade and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know your pops is selling drugs?
Yeah, I know now.
But
After
I'm
the
saying
raid.
before that, you didn't know
No,
that.
I really
you just
didn't
know y'all
because
lit.
I just grew up in that life. Like
Okay.
that's when we go over our friend's house, they got the same stuff we got.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it was nothing abnormal, you know. But when my dad went to jail, like the first time that shit hurt
So
me
during
so
that
bad.
raid, he went to jail.
Yeah, I was so hurt. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? When my dad went to jail,
How
like
long he did that first time?
he got like he had like some money laundering or some shit like that. So I
Few
think he
years.
did about 3 years and he did the
Fact.
drug program or
Okay.
whatever. But I was so hurt. My dad went to jail. I might have only went to go see him like 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
Like I couldn't even talk on the phone with him. I like bust out crying. You know what I'm saying? Because I was just like, damn, like I was more so hurt.
And you daddy's little girl.
Yeah, and it was
all
like
that.
embarrassing. Not like I cared, but when my friends looking at me sideways, I'm looking at them like,
How'd your
so what?
sisters
You know?
handle that bid? Did they go visit them?
My big sister did, but when my dad got locked up, she was pregnant with my nephew, so she really couldn't travel that much because she had found out she was pregnant or whatever. But we went. My mama held my daddy down. He was in Pennsylvania. She'd take them 8-hour drives 2 times a month to go see my daddy and stay
Real
for the
shit.
whole weekend. You know what I'm saying? So
He molded her.
I see the loyalty that they have, and that I think in a sense why I'm so loyal. Because
Word.
through whatever my mom and daddy went through, it don't matter highs or lows, her ass stuck around and was there.
Yeah, I don't want to lose any type of like admiration for your moms at this point because I know I could already tell how close a relationship you had with your pops. He set like an amazing standard for you as a father and as a man, period, in your life. But it sounded like moms was playing her role crazy too.
Yes,
like,
she was.
But see, the illest part about her moms is respect to her dad. Because he molded her into
Exactly.
being that person. Long as I hold you down,
Right.
the rest of this shit don't matter.
Right.
Like, we got a good family, whatever, with the police, bitches. Like, at the end of the day, I'm with y'all. You know what I'm
And,
saying?
you know,
like,
we talk about the dynamics of men and women, relationships, family all the time on the podcast.
100%.
A woman, the roles ain't always the same, but you got to embrace reality and know your role, and then hold yourself accountable for that role. So
100%.
it sounds like both your parents, like, they might have known it wasn't the fucking Cosby Show, but they was holding down their
and
role.
they made it work to where the kids ain't no shit. Now that I'm older and I hear stories from my mom like, yeah, that bitch, your daddy this. I'm like, well, damn, what bitch? Or what?
I ain't never know about that bitch. You gotta keep it separate. I don't care what
my daddy did. That dude was home
he
when
was
I came home
superhero.
from school. He was not no nigga that came home late at night.
He
was an early riser. He leave out the house 5, 6 in the morning, do his thing or whatever, and then like he'd be at home at 7, 8 o'clock eating dinner with his family and don't leave no more for the rest of the night.
You know the illest thing about what people don't understand about a relationship? It's not about money. Of course, a man's supposed to provide, so we're not even going to get into that because that's what a man do. But a relationship is still 50-50. He might handle the money, but she handled the emotional. You know what I mean? And it's still coming together. Like, I'm going to handle this bread so that we can all not be stressing about this other bullshit and we can raise these kids and be all right. Yep. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, I won't get too deep into it, but once you start making a woman worry about finances, the shit is off kilter. You know what I'm saying? 100%. If your rent is $2,000 or $1,500, you ask them for $750 or $1,000, you out the window, because now you got her worry about raising these kids or whatever the fuck she got on her mind and giving you money. Right. Let her get the cable bill or something. You know what I'm saying?
Same way,
you have to hold that shit down.
And on the flip side, if she not holding down the other side, it's off kilter.
100%.
Right.
Fact. Because she has to play a part. If I'm bringing home this bacon and you still talking to me about bullshit, that's the problem too. So 100%. it's like I agree with you, but that's the difference too. Once you make her worry about money and she's stressing, that means to her you're a sorry nigga, and she might find somebody else and forget about these kids or not give them enough time.
But you know what's crazy too? My girls get mad at me, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm so close to my dad and I got so many homies, or just my mental when it comes to relationships. They be like, bitch, you always on the nigga side, or bitch, you always this. It's like, no, I just got a different outlook because I look at my dad, and you are at the crib. Your dude provides for you. He provides for his kids. You know the nigga in the streets. You get what I'm saying? So you know what you signed up for. Never once did I see my mama trip or flip out. She might have did that shit behind closed doors. But as a woman, she always stood by her man. And as long as that nigga took care of home and was in the house and he wasn't spending the night out, she really ain't tripped. So I don't know if it's because that's the environment that I was raised in. I was never no girl that's going to look through your phone. I'm not going to look for no shit. I'm not going to be Inspector Gadget. It's like, what I don't know won't hurt me. You know what I'm saying? If you got enough respect for me that you holding that shit down and ain't shit getting back to me, I'm not going to go look for no shit, because why am I going to get myself worked up over some shit and I'm not going to leave your ass? So why even start beefing the house and I know I'm not leaving? You know what I'm saying? So my girls be like, bitch, you act like a nigga. No, it's just facts. It's like, bitch, you not going to leave him. So why are y'all beefing at the crib? Bitch, you not going nowhere. So why bring that extra stress on him after he already dealing with the shit he dealing with in the streets? Like, when a nigga supposed to come home, his crib supposed to be the safe haven. You know what I'm saying? When a nigga in the streets and he dealing with all that shit in the streets, when he come home, he want to have a peace of mind. Word. Bitch, if he can't come home and have a peace of mind, 9 times out of 10, bitch, he gonna go somewhere where he can get a peace of mind and you really gonna be mad. You know, so it's just like, for women, know what you sign up for. Period. You can't change nobody. You gotta love a person for who they are. And eventually, a nigga gonna get his shit together. He get tired of that shit. But if you love that nigga unconditionally, you gonna ride out with him. But don't make your situation worse than what it is, because I know if he can't get a peace of mind at home, he gonna go somewhere where he can get a peace of mind. You know what I'm saying?
That was a quality rant. That was a quality rant.
So
good speech, Brandi.
I'm just saying.
Good speech. That was a good speech.
I'm just.
All right, so bring it back to your story, right? So, raid happens.
Yeah.
Pops gets locked up.
Yes.
They obviously was on him. They obviously was on him for some other shit. He's obviously doing whatever to provide this lifestyle, but he gets locked for some tax evasion or some
I don't know exactly what it was.
Okay, it definitely wasn't what
you're
he was
11,
doing.
so we not. I don't expect you to know. What I'm saying is, okay, he's gone for those few years,
and I turned into
how do you
rebellious mode.
Okay, I was gonna say, how do you
Pops
change?
is out the crib.
I fucking
you in the hood.
I'm in like my mom is more so a very modest, laid back person. My daddy can say something to me and make me cry.
Fact.
My mom can say something. I'll be like, girl, bye. Like, I ain't tripping on that shit. Yep. So when he left, what? Like, I'm going to spend the night over my girl house. We all on the east side of Detroit with some hood niggas over at the spot chilling. Or we over here at this with these niggas. Or we drinking. Or we smoking. Or I'm spending out of her house for the weekend. The whole weekend we out in the hood getting fucked up. And that's what made me really fall like for the block niggas. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe because I'm from the suburbs. But I just respected they hustle and they grind. Like, even with my homies, I sit on the block with them all day while them niggas is on the block chilling. And I had a car. I take these niggas to go shoot they moves to where they go. I was doing this shit since I was like 15 or 16. So it's just like, I just love the streets.
Don't you think that that's about your pops, though? Don't you think that your admiration for your father
because I actually got to see it for myself.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I didn't see the intricacies of it with my dad, but when I started being in the streets, I'm like, damn. So like, this how that shit goes. This all the effort they put into this shit, or they risking this to do that. Like, it just made me have so much respect. Like, you risking your life and your freedom to take care of your loved ones, and it was just like, I just had a newfound respect for niggas, and it was like, I just respected the game, you know what I'm saying? But it lured me in. You know?
Now, we sidebar, of course, we talking about you. You've been to prison. At this time, are you hustling? Are you doing anything like that? Or are you just around hood niggas?
This is the thing with me. Now, don't get me wrong. I guess this is all called a conspiracy. I dealt with niggas, okay? Even with my homeboys, I was the girl like this. And they used to look out for me. This was like at 16. Ayo, hold this money for me. Count this money for me. Take this much out of it. There you go. Count this, rubber band this up. Wrap this up. Like, so I was like the homegirl, or when the bag dropped, oh, come over here. Count this money, rubber band it in this amount. And they'll pay me. And these is like my niggas, like my homies. So basically, I didn't think I was doing nothing because I was the norm. Like, shit, I'm going to go over here, count this money for these niggas, or ride with him to go pick this shit up, or drive because I'm a girl. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, that was the norm. Get these couple stacks for doing this, you know? So, like, that was my norm. And then when I start evolving and getting in relationships with my men, they really ain't had me involved in that aspect. But money is money. That's money laundering.
Now, is that the
you
man that you went to the feds for? Or
my son, I was with my son's father for a long time, and
let's talk about that.
Let's talk about how you met him first.
All right.
Let's talk about how you met him.
What's your son's father's name?
My son's father's name is Magic. He from St. Louis, so they know him as Wani or Magic or whatever.
Now, where did you meet him?
Right.
I met him in Atlanta.
Okay, so fast forward Detroit, you go to Atlanta for
after
college?
I left Atlanta, my dad was like, I made a deal with my dad. He said, as long as you go to school. He came home. My daddy came home.
Y'all backlit?
Yeah, he backlit.
Okay.
Like, he ain't never left. When he was gone, it was like he never left.
Okay.
It's funny now because I hear stories about it. My dad got older. He was like, yeah, your fucking mom, when I was gone, that motherfucker spent $1.5 million. I don't know what the fuck she spent that money on. Like, she blew through like 1.5 in like a year.
Talk that shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, but I did not know.
She's still living her same lifestyle.
Yeah, like, she just spending. So
no job.
He had his brother go get the bread from her, and she had to go to his brother and get like monthly bill money every month. Like, he dished it out to her like as she's supposed to, because she was running through hella bread, I guess, because she was so used to it. So after he came from prison, life was still lit. I'm going to school. He like, bam, this is the deal. You go to college, I pay for everything. As long as you in school, it ain't nothing you gonna want for it. So I'm like, shit, I ain't stupid. I was like, well, I want to go to college in Atlanta. Bet. Went down there in June or July, found me an apartment. He went and paid my rent up. Sent my car down there, fully furnished my shit. So I'm lit. So I'm in the A, like, shit. And when I come to Atlanta, this is like 2000. So, you know, this shit was really popping down there.
Give us the back 2000. What clubs is popping in Atlanta?
Oh, 2000,
are we at 112?
Like 112 was popping.
Okay.
The Gentleman's Club was the strip club that was popping. We used to go to like Club Chaos.
Okay. So we talking Buckhead. We talking about Club Fuel.
Yeah, all that. Fuel, Chaos. Yeah, all that.
Facts.
Bar,
okay.
The Velvet Room.
Yeah, let's go. On Tuesdays on Peachtree. Okay.
That shit was popping in. So
we based in Atlanta, y'all. So we just talking that shit.
And Brandi, I want to ask you, like, and you get here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Detroit Is Detroit making a presence in Atlanta at this time? Are you linking with people from Detroit?
Actually, my bros I grew up with, now we 18. So they big homies like that they mom and them was dating was like Meech and T, like BMF niggas. So at the time as kids, we didn't know what the fuck they were, like
Right.
big time dudes. But now that we're older, we're hanging around them now. So when I'm in Atlanta, I hook up with them like, well, shit, it's like fam down here or whatever.
Right.
So that really, really fucked me up too, because it's
Because
like now
Detroit
I'm down
changed
here.
Atlanta.
Now I'm down here. I'm down here with Meech and all them and my bros, and it's like money is no expense.
object.
Like I'm popping Chris every night. Perry's your way. We at the gym. We everywhere. Strokers. That's when Strokers used to be popping. Like every night it was a party. You know. So in the midst of all that, I met my son's father. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, your son's father, is he affiliated with BMF?
Yeah, he was affiliated with.
He used to roll with Meech and
yeah,
all
he
that.
knew Meech and them back in the
Do
80s.
business. Okay.
80s,
all right.
like they was all like bros or whatever.
Just giving a backtrack.
Yeah, so I met him down here.
How do you meet them? Are y'all just out one night? Like what happens?
We was okay. My Meech brother, wife or whatever, wifey. Me and her son grew up. They live around the corner from us.
Okay.
So I grew up with them. You know what I'm saying?
In
So
Detroit.
when they down here, I see them like, yo, what up? So they call me like, we in the A, blah, blah, blah. So I link up with them. And like I said, we was kids, but now we grown, so we get to hang out with the grown-ups now.
You say you
know?
grown, but you like what? Like
18.
18?
Yeah.
But you're not really grown.
But
Right.
I'm not. I'm
But
not even
you-
legal to go
you
to the
feeling
club.
grown.
You know,
You
but I
feeling
am grown.
grown.
I'm living on
Right.
my own. You know.
Right.
So it was
You
like,
old enough to be with niggas who could get you in without showing ID.
Right.
It's
You know?
supposed to be in a
So-
college dorm right now.
Yeah.
But I have my own apartment. I
There
never
you
stayed
go.
on campus.
It's
Okay.
different.
But
It's different.
anyways, make a long story short,
Yeah.
that's how we all start linking up.
Okay.
So I met my son's father. You know, when I was 19, he was 31. Like
Okay.
he mad
Hold
older
on.
than me.
We're going to do a mirror. Because your
I
pop,
know.
your mom's was 16, your pops was 31.
And then
It's
I
only
was
3
It's the
years
same
different.
shit.
It's only
It
3
is.
years
It's the same shit.
Same
So
shit.
it's the same scenario because you grew up like that.
Exactly. So,
So-
that's my norm.
Let's go.
It was
Let's
not
just talk
abnormal
about
for
it.
me
I'm
to
just
have
doing
an
a parallel.
older man.
Word.
Let's go.
So I
That's
was
an ill
19, he
parallel.
was
Good
31.
work.
You
Good
know,
work.
we got together. That was like my homie. And, you know, at first we started off as friends or whatever, but we eventually got serious. You know, he seen that I feel like he felt like he can trust me. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? You know how dudes do the test or whatever. Like, I ain't never take nothing from him. He knew, like, where I come from and my history and my background. So, kind of, like, just all fell into place.
Right.
And one, like, I was some square bitch that you couldn't trust. Like, niggas be like, tuck the strap, get that shit in the club. I'm tucking that shit and we going in the club.
Let's
and I'm
do
handing
it.
them that shit back in the club. You
Fact.
get what I'm saying? So,
Fact.
it was just, like...
Hold on, we
the
gonna
norm.
pause because some chicks don't understand it. They might hear this and be like, "Oh, she's fucking crazy." No, when you growing up in the bullshit, you think that shit is regular. It's like
It is
fucking
regular. Like, that's all you
Goodfellas.
know.
Some dudes give me a gun to, the shit kind of turned me on.
Right.
That it's the same shit. So
Right.
I want to point that out because some people move over that like, oh yeah, she just had the gun. Most motherfuckers from the hood, yeah, whatever. But motherfuckers gonna hear this shit everywhere, and that shit ain't regular. You know what I'm saying? But we expect, if she a down ass bitch, she'll do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's fucking crazy.
But the
And
crazy thing is, I wanted to do it. Like,
shit.
like I wanted to.
Talk
Like,
that
you
shit.
my nigga. So before anybody else do some shit, I'm gonna do some shit because I know it's gonna be right.
shit.
And ain't nobody gonna be able to say nothing.
Real
So
shit.
I felt like I wanted to do it. You know what I'm
Real
saying?
shit.
Like, I wanted to. Like, I'm not gonna sit here, oh, a dude forced me or influenced me. No, everything that
But
I
see,
done,
this-
I wanted to do it.
The importance of this podcast, you know, is to give people that don't understand an understanding. So we appreciate you telling your story
Yeah.
because it gives those judgmental people a chance to take a step back and be like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? This shit starts early.
It
and
does.
There's reasons why people are the way they are.
They
and,
bred to
and
be
they get
that
to check
way.
themselves and be like, I need to chill out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And have some understanding. So now you in the A, you 18 going on 40.
45.
Right. So and everything is lit, and you just happen to link with like the same people that
I grew up
basically changed Atlanta forever
with. Yeah.
in terms of
But what's so
everything,
crazy,
right?
everybody looks at that shit like, oh, them niggas, but I just looked at them niggas like, them just my niggas.
Right.
Like, I still talk to my bro now. Like, I talk to Meech all the time. Like, that's my fucking big brother. I love that nigga. Like, I talk to him now, and we be sitting back laughing. Like, yo, you remember when this happened, or you remember that happened now? But it's like, to me, it fucked me up because even after that whole shit was over,
Go.
everybody got locked up. I went back to Detroit, or when I met niggas and I'm like, you trying to buy me a drink, nigga? Like, I don't drink drinks, nigga. What the fuck? Like, nigga, we
You ain't
supposed to
got a
buy
bottle.
bottles.
Fuck
Like,
wrong
what
with
the fuck
you?
wrong with you?
And
Like,
this
it
shit is
fucked up my
White
whole-
Star. Fuck
Like,
wrong
what the
with
fuck with
you?
you? Like, I bought Christian Perrier Joe with the
Yo.
rose, the flowers on the bottle. Like, what is
You know-
this? You know?
You know what it is in life. Period. A lot of times you don't know you making history because you in it.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you don't realize it till you think back. It's shit
Exactly.
you did. Damn, I did that.
Right.
Or other motherfuckers will talk about it and be like,
right.
damn, well, I guess we was wilding.
Right,
But
it's
it was
crazy,
regular.
but it's like regular. Just like my girls, like that I was cool with, that I went to school with. Like
Mhm.
I'm cool with one of them still now. She do my hair. It's my dog. Like she was with me from when I met Magic
Okay.
all the way. Like she my girl now. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? And when she be doing my hair, she be like, "Bitch, you're so crazy. Like you don't think you did shit. Like bitch, you had a Porsche at 20. You had a $500,000 crib, bitch." She's like, but she just always say like, "But I respect you so much because around you, I didn't have that, but you never made me feel awkward." Like
shit.
when I came over,
That's dope.
or we went out to Roof Chris and shit, bitch. She said I ain't never pay shit.
I
and
believe in
smoked
that
all, you know what I'm
heavily.
saying? So
Like,
it was just like
I believe
she said,
in
but
that.
you never ever made me feel awkward, even though you was always doing that shit. And I'm glad because I don't know if it's because I came from shit like that,
Yeah.
and my dad was a giver. Like anything you needed, if my daddy had it, he gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like, for me, if I got it and you don't, I just want all my people to have fun and enjoy themselves.
That's it.
You
That's
know?
it.
Let's get back to you.
Hold on,
and
no,
your
no.
baby. Oh, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
We gonna talk about the same
Yeah.
thing. Magic. Okay, you start fucking
There you
with
go.
him.
Mhm.
How long y'all dealing with each other before you get pregnant?
Okay, I met him in like '02,
Okay.
'02. I can't remember that shit. We was getting talk about
Okay.
that back then, but it was like '01, '02.
Mhm.
I got pregnant with my son actually when he was on the run.
Okay.
That's what's crazy. In 2004, he got indicted on a federal conspiracy out of St. Louis.
Okay.
So when the feds kicked in his door in St. Louis, he was already on the highway on his way to Atlanta. He didn't know it just happened like that.
Okay.
You know,
He's
so
coming to see you.
yeah, he was coming. We had a house together here,
Okay.
but the feds there don't know about me.
Mm.
So they went to his baby mama crib in St. Louis. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So when he came to Atlanta, my crib was more so of a safe haven because
Yeah.
they don't know nothing about me. I'm not
Fact.
from there, you know.
Fact.
So after that, we kind of lived back and forth. Well, really, he moved to Cali, so we had a spot in Cali. So I used to be back and forth from Cali to Atlanta.
Okay.
You know,
Now at
in
this
between
point,
that
obviously,
time.
see some people get it misconstrued. I don't know what he had, but we're talking about he dealing with Meech, he dealing with the
Mhm.
whole crew. Is he getting a lot of money or y'all good? Like
No,
how?
we were good. Like,
Mhm.
nigga, like, I had a crib here.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So he paid my crib here.
Mhm.
He paid his baby mama's crib in St. Louis still.
Okay.
And then we moved to
And
Cali.
you respected that.
I respected
Some
it. Like,
some people. No, I'm just.
So-
no,
I'm
I
just.
respected it.
Let me ask you a quick question, because I know Pops sent you to the A,
Mhm.
feeling protective, feeling
Mhm.
fatherly. It's obviously anyone listening can understand that he played a major role, you know, in holding you down.
Mhm.
But then you call him one day and you're like, "Yo, I don't need shit no more. I got a dude, and he bought me a crib."
No, this is what happened.
I see
I
it in
called
your
my
face
dad,
that was a conversation.
And I was like, yo, like, I'm moving.
Mhm.
I don't need my apartment no more. And then I was like, Dad, I'm going to turn my truck in. I'm going to get another car. He's like, well, what you getting? I'm like, well, Magic's going to buy me a truck. He like, that's when Magic, because Magic is a man's man.
Okay.
So he like, I ain't about to be fucking with you. And your daddy a street nigga, and I'm a boss nigga, and I ain't about to be fucking with you, and your daddy paying all your bills still, and I'm a grown ass motherfucking man.
Right.
He's like, so you about to get rid of that car your daddy got you. You about to move out that shit your daddy got you, and I'm gonna take care of you.
Okay,
so,
hold on. Let me stop. It's a lot of sorry ass niggas out there, and I love to exploit the sorry
Right,
niggas.
no doubt.
Because at the end of the day, if you a man and you got a woman, you supposed to provide and take care of her.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's the difference. If you a nigga who cool with her baby daddy still paying her bills or whatever, and you like, okay, your baby daddy pay your bills, well, I don't have to do that. I don't have to buy your son sneakers. That's your man. No, when you fucking with a chick, that shit is a package deal, bro. Her house, her kids, all of that. You got to hold that shit down. Now, if you fucked up and you don't got it and she rolling with you, all good. But you can't stay that way. You have to be striving for something else. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Some niggas be really or if
Content with
another
that
nigga
shit.
doing it, then that's cool. I get to fake live here for free. He paying the rent here and I'm paying rent here.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna just move in here because this nigga still holding it down. That's a sorry nigga.
But guess what? That's a sorry ass bitch
Fact.
too. Because why you want a nigga staying in your house and somebody else paying your bill? So they
Facts.
both fucking sorry.
Facts.
You
I'm
know?
with you. I just like to point out the
Yeah,
sorry
and I'm
niggas.
gonna point out the you gonna point out the sorry niggas. I'm gonna point out the
Facts.
sorry ass
Facts.
bitches.
Tag
Because it
team
ain't
back
no
again.
way that your nigga should be staying with you when somebody else helping you. If that nigga can't
Word.
help contribute to your household, you could do bad on your own.
Listen,
You know?
I'm not playing the baby pops who is holding down the household because their kid is there.
Mm-hmm.
He's not wrong. The problem is the nigga that's there
The deadbeat.
supposed to say, hold on. He can buy his kid sneakers.
But I'ma
he
take
can,
care of home.
I need to take care of this house.
You right.
He can
Right,
take care
right.
of his kid. I got
Right.
everything else.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? These
And-
niggas is
and-
out here got this shit twisted.
Mm-hmm.
That's your kid. Or that's your woman. Take care of your woman.
Mm-hmm.
If he has a kid with her, he can take care of his kid. But then you ain't got to pay my bills. I live here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. And I'm gonna treat your son like he mine because this is a package deal. It gotta work all in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm gonna flip that phone again, Brandi.
you on
Sorry.
Instagram.
No, I'm
you got
sorry.
5
Somebody-
million
Everybody
followers.
keep hitting me up talking about them drug dealers jean sweats.
Alright.
My nephew
drug
just-
dealer's
what I
dream
just tell you
sweats
my-
is
wait,
lit.
What did
For
I tell
sale
you my
right now.
nephew said?
Fact.
Listen. What I tell you my nephew was
Drugdealerdreams.com.
gonna say? He was calling me. Guess what he gonna text me and say?
Huh.
I need them drug dealers jean sweats. Stooky.
Oh, yo.
Sorry, I'm just saying.
She told me
everybody
about
likes them
Stooky. Stooky is going to. Let's talk about it.
Stooky, my nephew, and then this is what I want to say. And I'm
Sidebar.
sorry, sidebar.
You good? You good?
Sidebar.
You good?
And I'm gonna speak in reference to my nephew and my son. My nephew and my son endured so much at such a young age. My nephew's father got killed May 2006. My baby's daddy passed away. We'll get to that. September 9th, 2006. These two little black boys lost a significant part of their life, which was their fathers.
Mhm.
But they so close. My nephew's 17, my son 11. But they stayed so close and redirected that negative energy into something positive in they sports. My nephew now got 14 scholarship offers to college. He just committed to Eastern Michigan on a full ride football scholarship. You know what I'm saying? A single mama, my sister raised her kid without a father. So I just want to say this. It ain't about where you come from. It's about where you headed and the mind state that you have. If you feel like you're going to be something in life and you determined to get out that rut or be something more than you see the people around you be, you going to do it. So they were looked at as statistics, man. Like young black boys, fatherless kids, and they all grew up to be successful young men. So in regards to that, I just want to say that no matter what you go through, you can always become something else. You got to have big dreams for your future. You can't just sit back and dwell and feel sorry for yourself. Like, if you got dreams and admirations to be something great, if you put your energy into it, you're going to do it. And my nephew is a living example. Gino.
A
G
drug
G seen
dealer's
them,
dreams.
you know?
A drug
There you
dealer's
go.
dreams.
For real.
Facts. Hey, okay.
proof.
Now we're gonna go back. All right, we got Magic.
Yeah, on the run.
He's on the run.
Right.
They raid his baby mom's crib. He's on the way to Atlanta. How long after that do they raid your house in Atlanta? If they raid your house in Atlanta, what happens? They're looking for him. He's on the run.
almost for a year, we was back and forth. And I'm just so mad because when people say follow your gut, follow your gut.
Hold on, let me stop you. I hear that you guys on the run were on private jets.
Yeah, that's how they flew. They ain't fly commercial. They like
Okay.
when the day he found out he was got indicted, he flew to Atlanta, came, got some little shit together. We had me do a little ripping and running, put some shit in place, and I dropped him off at the Clearport. Like he hopped on the motherfucking private jet and
We
went
call
to
it
Cali.
the Clearport, not the airport.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how he flew.
Okay.
Private jets because you don't really got to do nothing but hop on the joint and get to where you
Right.
got to go. So we had a crib in Cali or whatever. We stayed in the valley. But with dudes, it's something
on,
crazy.
Real quick. So,
Yeah.
Baby
We
mom's
talking about
crib
the
in
Valley
St.
and
Louis
Cali.
Yeah.
Like we not
Y'all
talking about
crib
regular
in the
areas.
A.
If y'all been to
Right.
California,
and the crib in the
Let's
valley.
go.
Yeah, our crib in the we
Okay.
stayed in like
I'm
a
just trying to understand.
LA
the
is
story.
expensive.
yeah we
So,
stayed
I'm
like
just trying to
our shit
understand.
was like we rented it.
It
or
doesn't
leased
matter.
It, but the rent was probably like $6,500 a month.
okay, some light, little low spot. Cali.
Yeah, like, it was nice though.
I obviously
Yeah, so
6,500.
like we lived that life, but for him, I think he felt like he didn't have control. Like he was on a run. People was playing with his money a little bit. Wasn't
Of
doing what they were
course,
supposed
of course.
to. So he ended up coming back here for to settle an issue, you know what I'm saying, like that, and end up getting jammed up. Like, he came home, he had some people here from town, and he came home, and I'm like 3 months pregnant with my son now, and we in the bed.
So you
like,
got pregnant while he's on the
I
run.
got pregnant when he was on
Okay.
the run.
Can't skip over that.
Yeah, I got pregnant when he was on the run. I was
Alright.
3 months.
Okay.
So this May 11, 2005,
Mhm.
we in the bed sleep, and his boy bam on the door, boom, 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 boom. And we hop up like, what the fuck? And he
Yeah.
like, the police outside. I'm like, what police? He like, the real police. So my dude hop up, whoop, whoop, throwing his clothes. I'm scrambling and shit, his guns. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what am I doing
Right.
with this gun? I'm like, we scrambling. I'm trying to get jury, hide jury. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to do everything in
Yeah.
this time. First person I call is my fucking dad.
Mm.
I'm like, yo, the fucking feds got the house surrounded, daddy. Like, what you want me to do? He's like, they come in? I'm like, no. He said, they don't got no motherfucking warrant. Don't open up that motherfucking door for them people. He's like, because if they had a warrant, they would have been in.
Still
Don't open the
schooling.
door.
Right.
I'm like, all right, I ain't going to open the door. I was like, I'm just going to let you know, because I had moved
And
into my crib.
What's your baby father doing at this point?
Scrambling around, like...
Now, is it
Yeah.
work in the crib?
No, it's no work in the
Okay.
crib. Like, it was a
Okay.
pistol or whatever in the
Okay.
crib, and they might have had some weed that they was smoking.
Okay,
They
but
smoke
nothing
weed.
like
Just
nothing
made
major.
up
No.
light shit.
So I'm calling I was on the phone with my dad the whole time. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? Like, he like, well, what's going on? I'm like, they just out there sitting or whatever. And he like, just be easy, whatever, whatever, whatever. I didn't even know at the time. My mama on the phone making her a flight to come to Atlanta.
Okay.
You know, so I'm like, damn. So eventually, as time went by, you know, they got a warrant and they end up coming in the house, but he wasn't in my room. He had went upstairs in like this little attic part of the crib, you know. So they come in the house like, put your hands up. I'm like, I'm pregnant or whatever. They like, where, what they call him, Lamont. That's his middle name. Where Lamont, Duran, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I'm in the crib by myself. I'm sick. I'm pregnant. I don't know who in here. I've been sick all morning or whatever. So eventually they take us all outside. Like I said, he had company. And like our crib in the basement was like a whole nother apartment. You know what I'm saying? So it had another entrance and everything. So when I come out the crib, the homies outside handcuffed, but they looking at me like, bitch, is he there? And I'm looking at them
They
like,
handcuffed too?
yeah, so they looking at me like, damn, because they thought we might have been gone. So when they see me, they like, damn, is he here? And I'm giving them the look like, yeah, you know. So worst case scenario, we knew it was kind of fucked. But while we handcuffed in the backyard or whatever, I'm sitting there like handcuffed, and all I hear is bop, 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 bop. So my first thing is like, oh my God, like they found him in a house and they shot him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when I started hearing bullets,
When you doing all them gunshots, like how many, like realistically?
no, like the whole clip
like,
was getting empty. Like
okay.
when I tell you, I thought they was in a house shooting, but when I heard bullets start
Right.
to my head,
Right.
I'm like, oh shit. So I kind of like laid
Right.
on the ground. So after the gunshots is over, police start stumping the shit out the homies. Y'all call somebody over here to shoot at us, blah, blah, blah. But what's so funny in the sidebar, them U.S. Marshals act like they so fucking tough, yo. When them bullets start ringing, them niggas was on the ground scrambling. You feel me? They couldn't even grab their thumpers. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas was on the ground hitting low, scrambling. Them niggas was shook. So I'm looking at these niggas
They used
like,
to shooting at little posters and
no,
shit, not
them
real
niggas
live
couldn't even
people.
pull out the strap, dog. Like when they was shooting, them niggas couldn't even pull out the strap. They all
So they wasn't running to the house.
they was on the ground, dog. They was on the fucking ground.
Homie
So
wasn't playing. Magic
No.
ain't playing the radio.
So after that, I'm like, damn. So obviously, whatever, they eventually found him in the house, and the only reason why I knew they found him is because when they was apprehending,
Before, and we good.
I told you where we stopped. I know.
Okay.
I told you.
Y'all let me know to press the red button.
Okay. So
Damn, he doing all that.
yeah,
He coming out the house after
Cussing the
allegedly
feds
shots
out.
fired,
yes.
and he cussing them. So how you feeling? Are you
I
drunk? Are you
feel-
high? Are you sober?
I was pregnant, so I was sober most
Okay,
definitely.
no doubt.
But it just felt so surreal because like even though I knew he was on the run, I just looked at my dude like he was Superman. Like, yeah,
We ain't
he
never
get
getting
caught
caught.
from the feds.
Right.
Like we chilling, they ain't gonna catch him, and if they do, I was just hoping that if that day came, it'd at least be after I had my baby. You know, I ain't never think he was gonna leave 3 months into my pregnancy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it just felt real surreal, but it was just so much going on at the time. I really couldn't even recollect the thoughts to even really figure out what's going on because when they took his ass to jail, a couple hours later, he took my ass to jail too.
Fact.
Brandi,
I went to jail
can
too.
I ask you a real question about the pregnancy, right? So you with your dude, you know he on the run,
Mm-hmm.
right? You young. Um, did you want to get pregnant, like to hold on to
No,
him?
Or
no.
did you
The,
even
pregnant,
care?
Locked
the
up?
pregnancy was not planned. The thing is, I used to be on birth control,
Was
but
this your first time pregnant?
no.
Okay. Well, I like to keep the hood stories
This
going,
was my
man.
second. I had got pregnant before when I was like 16,
Okay.
and I had an abortion.
Yeah, forget
But
all
this
that.
was like my first.
Nah, we like to
yeah.
talk about that.
Okay,
That
No,
shit's a
alright,
real
so this
story.
was my
Go
second
ahead.
pregnancy.
Go
But
ahead.
the thing was this. It wasn't planned. I was on birth control, like our whole relationship. The thing that threw me off was that he was on a run, so I used to be back and forth so much. It was just something I couldn't keep up with at
Word.
the time because it
Okay.
was just
Word.
so much other stuff going on.
Okay.
Word.
So it wasn't intentional, but I just wasn't taking my
I was
birth
just
control.
wondering if you was trying to hold on to him
No,
through that, knowing he was going away.
No,
Maybe.
that wasn't even like a thought. But when I did get pregnant,
Oh.
it was like I had mixed emotions because I'm like, damn.
Word.
And he did too. But he was like, whatever choice I make, he gonna support it. Because he was just like, yo, I'm about to go to jail. I'm looking at 20 years. You're gonna be out here with a baby. I ain't gonna be there. Like, he was looking at things from that aspect. Like, he leaving me alone with a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
And I guess he was thinking about how it was gonna take a toll on me. But I was like, fuck that. I talked
Now,
to my
when you-
daddy about it, and he was like, man, you good regardless of what happened. Like, you gonna have my grandbaby. Like, you straight. So just knowing the comfortability that I have my dad,
Word.
that's what really made me solidify.
so
Like, I'm
crazy.
good. You know what I'm saying?
That's so crazy because that's the first thing I thought of. Like you in that backyard, right? Handcuffed, hearing shots go off, hearing all that madness going on. I'm feeling like you flashing back to when you was 11.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they kicked the door in, but now you know you got your pops.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, is there still like a sense of like, yo, I'm still alright though. No
Yeah,
matter what,
I
I'm
knew
alright.
because when I talked to my dad about it, when I found out I was pregnant, I went home. My cousin he got murdered. When I found out I was pregnant, it was the day my cousin got killed. So I didn't tell nobody. So when I went home to the funeral in Detroit, when we was in the limo, like leaving the funeral and stuff like that, everybody taking Remy to the neck, smoking weed. I'm in the limo. I'm like, I'm straight. So the homies looking at me like, you don't smoke or drink? And I'm like, no. They was like, well, that's good. I didn't ever tell nobody I was pregnant because at the time it wasn't something that needed to be brought up because it's overshadowing what's going on. Like I lost my people, you know. But when I did go home, I went to my doctor. And that's when I got my ultrasound. And I heard my baby heartbeat, you know. So it's just like, damn. So after I went to the doctor, I told my dad, like, I think I'm going to keep it. And he was like, look, the choice is yours. No matter what happened, you know you're going to be straight. Like, period. Like, if you want to have your baby, you can have your baby because you got me. Like, regardless if he go away or not. So.
Okay, can we fast forward just a little bit? He's facing Fed time. Obviously, a lot of Fed time. It has to be enough for him to allegedly shoot out with the police.
Yeah.
So what happens? How much time does he get? What is
Okay, so just to fast forward it, he ended up getting sentenced to 19 and a half years, 20 years or whatever in federal prison.
He eat it. He don't go to trial. He take a 20-year plea.
He took a 20-year plea.
That shit is real.
I had my son when he was still in the county. So even when I was pregnant, I was back and forth on the road to St.
Can
Louis.
I stop one more time? Does he fall on the BMF conspiracy or his own?
They knew he was affiliated, but his case came first because he was the St. Louis shit happened first. That's where he was from.
Right.
But like I held him down. Like I was on that road 9 months pregnant, driving 8 hours to St. Louis to see him for 30 minutes behind the glass. You know what I'm saying? So like after I had my baby, I was on the road with my baby 6 weeks, holding him up in front of the glass. You know what I'm saying? So it was like
What's
still
going
kept
through your
that
head
connection.
at that time? What's going through your
At
head?
the point, I just was whatever I did. It was more so in regards to him. I just wanted him to be as comfortable as possible. You know, to have as much support as possible to try to make his situation as easy as possible.
You were still in rider mode.
You know what I'm saying? I was like in rider mode.
As
like,
far as life goes, so now is your pops holding you down? Do you got
Yes,
so much
most
stash?
definitely.
You still
like-
got bread from Magic,
Listen,
or
like when I got when my house got raided, my mama was already on the flight. So when they finally took me to jail, them police talking shit. Oh, you about to get booked? I'm like, no, I ain't, cause my people on the way to come get me. They like, no, you ain't. You about to go upstairs, and my mom ended up bonding me out. So my daddy was like, fuck that, like pack that shit up, put that shit in shorts, you bring your ass to the crib. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you went back to the
my
G.
daddy made me come home, and I stayed with my mom and them the whole time I was pregnant. Like, they had a big ass crib, so I had my own,
Yeah.
whatever. But I felt better. He just felt better with me being there. For one, my dude was like a high profile dude. My dad didn't want me in Atlanta pregnant. And you know how niggas think a nigga go to jail, they see me riding around in a Porsche truck, pulling up to a $500,000 out of crib. My daddy thinking street mode. Like, ain't no niggas about to try to walk my daughter in the house
So
thinking
what
she
happens
got
to
bread,
the crib, the Porsche? What happens to all that shit when
I
it
just
gets
left
locked
I
up?
left the crib. I still have my car because when they raided my house.
Do they repo anything?
No, when they raided, God working mysterious raids. When they raided my house, me and Magic had just gotten a car accident in my truck. Somebody hit my truck. So I had a rental when they raided my house, and my car was at the Porsche dealership getting repaired.
Wow.
So the police didn't want the rental. Wow. So what I did was flew home, and when my car got ready, I just flew back down and got my car. You know what I'm saying? So I still had my truck. But like, my dad and Magic was real close, and Magic was just like, I respect you, pops. I had a conversation I said while they was talking one time, and he was just telling my dad like he respect him so much. And my daddy like, nigga, you do your time. I got this over here. You ain't got no worries. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. So we kind of had that kind of rapport. Like, we was, I was riding with him till the wheels fell off. Like, that man did so much for me in my life.
His rapport with your pops, was that part of the dynamic that kept you riding with him? Like, did you value that?
I value the relationship he had with my dad, but I valued the love and the things that he did for me, and the things that he did for me, and how he took care of me, and how he supported me. I could never turn my back on him.
Word.
Like, it wouldn't even feel right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? With a baby, like, no. And that nigga was making sure I was straight from jail.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, how can you turn your back on somebody who in this position and still provide from you from jail?
Okay. So, what penitentiary did we go to?
Well, he was in a county in St. Louis where his case originated from, and then they sent him to the Atlanta USP.
When you was you were back in Detroit.
I was still in Detroit. Okay. So when he got sent there, we finally got our visit. He got there about like in July, maybe. Okay. I had my first visit like August, and he ended up dying in prison September 9th, 2006. Damn. He had real bad asthma. Okay. And he had a real bad asthma attack when he was in a county and ended up being like an intensive care for like 7 days. So originally they were supposed to send him to a medical facility because he had chronic care.
Like Butner or Springfield,
he had kind of chronic care. But due to the situation, I feel like with the U.S. Marshals and all that stuff, when it happened, they basically was just like, fuck him. So they sent him to one of the worst places. Yeah. They sent him to Atlanta USP. It's hot. They don't have AC. You know what I'm saying? So his asthma flared up. And one of my other homies was locked up with him. But like, it just breaks my heart when I hear the story, because it was like, he was in there with his cellie, and his cellie like bamming on the door like, he need medical attention or whatever. And they didn't move fast enough. And they tried to tell us as a family when he died in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. But all my homies was like, no, that's some bullshit, because they was in visitation when the situation happened. They locked down the prison, so they had to stay in visitation. He was like, Brandi, when the ambulance pulled up, the lights was off. So if they pulling up with the lights is off, you already know he was dead already there. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that happened. That was September 9th, 2006. That we lost him, and like my whole world just like crumbled. Like, I never thought, like, I'm thinking he in prison, like he good, he away from harm's way, he straight, he ain't got no worries, he could do his time, blah blah blah. Who would fucking think somebody would die in prison? Right. Like, prison's supposed to preserve you, not kill you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Rehabilitate you.
Right. And if it killed them, they killed them.
Word.
So that was just like an end of a chapter of my life. Like, I went into like a deep depression. Like, my son was 9 months. Like, I couldn't fucking hold my son. I couldn't look at my son. Like, it went on there for like a couple months till my mama had to get me like, yo, get your shit together. Like, you got a fucking son. Like, come on, yo. Like, pull it together. You know what I'm saying?
So now, God bless the dead, your baby father has his situation. But you still, life goes on, right?
Yeah, life goes on.
You gotta, you in this deep depression, you gotta get things back right. Yeah. Right? You staring at your son's face, thinking about your baby father, right?
I just felt so bad because I just looked at my son like, yo, like, never in a million years would I think that I will be a single mother
Word.
raising a son
Word.
on my own. Like, I wasn't no bitch who just got pregnant by anybody or just had babies by anybody. I had a baby by somebody that I love. Like, my child was a love child. You know what I'm saying?
And
So
it's provided for
and I
everything.
never
You got
thought
grandparents.
that,
You got
right?
everything.
Like, I never thought that I will raise, especially a son, by myself.
And you know, it's ill because it's like, for those that don't understand, who I have to make it clear for, right? These are the repercussions, right?
Right.
You know, it's not about.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
That's the title of the show is called Drug Dealer's Dream.
Say no
People
more.
think it's a dream. Like I want to hustle. I want to get money. I wanna live the life. I want to live in a $500,000 crib. I want to fly on private jets.
Right.
But you're not seeing the fact that people are on the run. People are having shootout with the police. Right. People are dying in prison. Mm-hmm. Like if you're on the street living a normal lifestyle, you get health care. You go to urgent care or the emergency room. Like that's the difference. Like you see the cars, you see the glitz and the glamour. Are you prepared to deal with the other side?
Right. Like
that's the difference.
Like I want to ask. I swear to God, I'm gonna throw that phone out the door.
I'm sorry.
Your Instagram is lit.
It's not my Instagram. It's my sister. She about to drop my nephew on my phone.
All right, it's all good. All right. Just listen to my question,
I'm
right?
listening.
Real shit, right? You got everything, right? 3 houses, right?
2. That other one, the baby mama shit.
No. You got Cali, Atlanta, and you still got your parents in Detroit with the big boy shit.
Right.
We ain't gonna talk about baby mama.
You said something that caught my attention, right? You said that I forget exactly how you described his feeling, but you said something happened with him in St. Louis or whatever. Mm-hmm. They was playing him funny because they knew he was on the run or whatever. Yo, it's like a common sense question, but like all that money, everything he doing, was he like a happy man?
No, because I never seen him like.
Was he relaxed?
No, he wasn't. Like it hurt me because you never know what a person goes through or how you will feel unless you go through it yourself or somebody that's close to you goes through it. And every day was stress to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had migraines. Like, I remember just him laying down and me just massaging his temples and massaging his head. And
that's deep.
He was just so stressed because he had kids and he had a kid on the way. And as a real man, it's hurtful to know, like, you feel like you letting your family down. Like, you looking at 20 years. His whole thing was like, what about my kids? What my kids gonna do? And then I got on the one on the way I never even met yet, and it's a possibility I might not be around for this one, you know. So for me, looking at him, it was like an everyday struggle. Like, I never seen him hurt like that, and it hurt me to see him feel like that.
And
you know
it's
what I'm
obvious
saying?
through the story. Like, anyone could tell how much you love this man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the bond that y'all shared, but that shit is so important. Like, for the listeners, it's so important to understand that the money never brought him maybe what he was looking for. And it ain't bring you that comfort either. And that shit is important. You know what I'm saying? So, my bad for the sidebar.
No, but it is, because it's like everybody from an outsider looking in look at me like, oh, she with this dude. Oh, he got this. Oh, he got that. But y'all don't know what we deal with behind closed doors. Y'all don't know the day in and day out stresses. Y'all don't know when a nigga take an L, it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And it's back to square one, or you might took a loss for this, but you only got this, and it's like, right now all we can do is pay bills. You know what I'm saying? It's
hold
like,
me down for 60 days or something.
Yeah, people don't understand.
Let me connect it right to what you was talking about, the ideology that you had, right, about coming from your pops, who of course was in his best interest, of course was raising you the best way he knew how. But it was a gift and a curse, right? So you was looking at so-called normal dudes, 9-to-5ers, in a certain type of way. But looking back, right, for the ladies right now who may be with the 9-to-5er, right, who thinking, who maybe got a hustler trying to holler at them or whatever, but they don't have those worries. They don't have to worry about the door getting kicked in. They don't have to worry about nothing. You know what I'm saying? And they might have to chip in a couple dollars, but they dude is holding it down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the dream is just that sometimes. It's just a dream sometimes.
It is, because it's like, I'd rather now me living how I'm living, like regular.
Yeah.
I go to sleep so much peaceful.
Word.
Like, when you got to do it in the streets or you living that life even when I was out doing whatever, like we can get to the next stage of
We
my
will.
life
We
after
about
you
to get
pass,
there. We
We're
but
about to get there. Wrap
we
it
could
up.
just kind of get there like that now. But like when I was with my son father or before that, my more so worry was about him and his well being, not me, because I never did nothing to have to go to jail.
Okay.
But my worries is about him.
And he kept you away from a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
wanna-
bullshit.
I wanna make
he
sure
never
we
had
point
me
that out.
involved.
Because he's
He
a
never
real
had me
nigga.
around
First of all,
nothing.
Point that out.
let's shout
Go
out
ahead.
Magic, R.I.P. Magic.
Word.
Because there's a difference between real niggas and sucker niggas. On this podcast, we talk about that a lot, and this is a great scenario for that. We talked about her dad.
Right.
We talked about Magic, two real niggas.
Right.
Boom, Magic passes away.
Right.
We get into sucker nigga stage.
Yep.
All right. Magic passes away.
Right.
Obviously, you have to move on with your life.
Right.
How you went from being with Magic, who was in the game and all of that, but kept you shielded. You didn't have no
Never
worries
had
about
nothing to do
going
with
to
nothing.
jail.
Nope.
Now you get into sucker nigga stage. Okay. Fast forward past Magic. How do you meet the man who eventually leads you to prison?
Okay.
And real quick, before you start,
Mm-hmm.
it's not a coincidence that your journey now is starting from the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you say you're in this depressed stage, right? You vulnerable now.
I am.
All right, so go ahead.
Let's go.
And really, how I met the guy was really at a very vulnerable stage. The guy I caught my case with, I knew him when I was with Magic.
Okay.
I had two good friends from Chicago. They were like older than me, but they took me and they always called me their baby. You know what I'm saying? It was a husband and a wife. And when I was with Magic, you know, they were living down here at the time. So they're always like family oriented too. They have little things at their house. They had a nice crib. They have barbecue because my brother used to, like, I call him my bro. My big bro cook real good. So they always had like barbecues and stuff
Right.
at their house.
Right.
So this particular day I went over there, Magic wasn't in jail or nothing yet. It was a guy there. You know, we gonna call him JT.
All right.
Okay. So I met him like that. He tried to holler at me, but you know, I'm like, cool. Like, I got a
Yeah.
dude. I'm cool.
Right.
But he liked to smoke. You know, I had to do the little kush plug with my man from Cali. So I got to report with him like that. When he come here, I'll get him weed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I
He
give him
came
the
down
weed
here
to smoke.
often.
Yeah, he came down here a lot, and every time he come, he'll call me. I give him the weed with smoke. Keep it to moving.
Right.
It was
You
just
coulda
cool
called
like that.
anybody.
Right.
But he trying to fuck with
Exactly.
you.
Yeah, he's trying to, you know, but he's not blowing them off. But that's my girl people, so I was like, I'm getting the weed or whatever.
Right.
So when Magic got locked up and stuff, my girl must have told him, and she was like, "Oh, okay, give her this." And he sent me like 5,000. Was like, "Take this, and if you want to get away." My little sister living in Chicago at the time. He told my girl to tell me to come out there and like just to come relax. This after Magic went to jail.
He trying to reel you in.
Right, so
Right.
he paid for me to go to Chicago. I just used the time to kick it with my sister and my girl
No doubt.
and her husband. My mom went too.
Okay.
You know, we just chill, ate, you know, relax after what I went through with the Magic situation. So after that, I had my baby shower. He sent me another 5,000. Oh, whatever you ain't get for the baby shower, go ahead and get for the baby. I'm like, cool, but more so like friends. So after Magic died, that's when he kind of went in for the kill. You know what I'm saying? He heard he died. So me at the time, I'm like, fuck it. I don't got nobody. Nigga be looking out. So
Now,
I'll go.
I ain't gonna. Before
I want
we
to
get
say
to him
something
being
too, bro.
reckless,
I gotta say.
I
something
hear
too. Go ahead.
he's a money getting nigga. Like,
Yeah, he was
real live.
Yeah, like the nigga is.
We gonna X that out after the bullshit come,
Yeah.
but at this
At
point,
the time, the
he's
nigga's a money getting nigga. Like the nigga was getting bread like at the caliber of like his plug was the niggas that fuck with El Chapo.
Fact.
Because he was from Chicago.
Right.
So if anybody look up
I heard
the
that,
twins
so.
from Chicago that it was directly linked to El Chapo, them was his niggas. Like I remember going to Roof Chris with them niggas and everything. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So
Let's
like
go.
he was plug. He just was a lame
wanna-
nigga with a plug. You know?
I want to ask you some real life shit, right? One of my favorite movies, Carlito's Way, right? He says a favor will kill you faster than a bullet, right? So you thinking all these favors he's doing for you, right? But you like, I ain't even earned these favors. So just as a listener, like, relate to your life.
that
like,
should be your downfall.
Right,
It
sometimes.
do.
people doing
do.
things for you
It's
that you don't
always
deserve.
something.
Yeah.
It's
Something
always
lies,
something.
something lies behind that,
You
man.
ain't
And
never
when the
lied
smoke
about that.
clears, you're gonna pay for it one way or another.
And I paid for it in
Word.
the end.
I just
Right.
want
And
to
like,
say,
like
go
when
ahead.
Magic passed away, like he had me come to Chicago. I'll go there to get away. Like it's a 4-hour drive from Detroit. So I drive there, me and my girl. I always bring my girl.
Yeah.
We'll go out there, go eat, chill. He'll throw me some bread. Oh, okay. Like, that's how he kind of lured me in. You know what I'm saying?
No fucking, no nothing.
Eventually, it got to the point.
I'm saying at that point, when he throwing you 5,000,
yeah, that was
he ain't
before
popping.
anything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
He
cool.
paying like you at.
So I'll go out there and kick it with him. Had a weed. We chilling. You know what I'm saying? It's like 3 days I can get away. Drive there with my girl. We just kicking it for 3 days and come back with a couple bands. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was just like, cool.
Yeah.
So after we started getting cool, he eventually one time came to Detroit. So I took him out in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me see. I took him out in Detroit or whatever. And I took him out. And I think he kind of more so, now that I'm seeing he's like a little creep. So now I see how he was like observing.
He trying to infiltrate.
All this was already in his mind. You get what I'm saying? Now that I'm looking back at it.
Okay.
But I took him on Detroit. Took him little hood spots. You know, I guess he see how we move, the type of niggas I mingle with. So he had the peep game.
He had his radars.
Yeah, he had his radar on. And one day he cut into me like, kind of like put me on the spot. I ain't gonna even lie. It wasn't even like a cut into me type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
He had his man come pick him up from Chicago. When he had his man come, he had his nigga bring like 30 bricks. He was like,
off top. Ain't no one nigga in Detroit.
No. He had his boy bring 30 bricks and he was like, yeah. You think you can get rid of them? Like, you try to like put me on that.
He just dropped them on you.
Yeah, me being the bitch that I am. Like,
you know
I
niggas,
show
you
this
connected.
Nigga, like, yeah, so.
Now your pop, why wouldn't you call your pops at this point? Like you call your
my
pops.
My dad ain't even know because my dad didn't play that shit. Like, yeah, you can have a nigga take care of you, but my dad ain't play that shit about me getting involved in
I
that
just
shit.
wanted to once again
I kept that shit a
reestablish the difference.
I kept that shit a secret from my
right,
dad.
Right.
So I hollered at my homies.
Cause your dad know that sucker shit.
Exactly.
Don't put women in no bullshit.
Brandi, real shit. Your pop schooled you.
Mm-hmm.
You knew that was some sucker shit.
You right.
Keep it real.
You right.
But you see the check because you can see whatever he giving you them for. I could put me extra $2-3 grand on top and make me a check.
And I'm looking at it like, let me just. I was young still at that time.
That's the evolution of Brandi as an individual.
Right. I'm looking at it at that time like, let me show this nigga. You know, kind of the cockiness came out like,
right.
Let me show
this my
nigga.
city.
Fuck
you mean.
like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like the little cockiness, the arrogance got to me. So I'm like, all right, nigga. All right, leave that shit. And he went back to Chicago. And I called that nigga 3 days later, like, come get your bread.
30.
And at the time, nigga.
First time selling them birds like that.
At the time, it's so crazy.
Give me some prices. I'm
about to tell you, at the time, it was so crazy. This back in 07.
Okay.
Nigga. Like 07, beginning of 08 was so crazy. It was like a drought and wasn't nothing around. And I was selling them, giving them shits for $36.5.
What it's over now. What is he giving you them shits for? It's like 20, 28?
No, it wasn't that. It was still kind of high, but I still was making my little top.
30, 32 or something?
It was like 30. Like, I was probably giving like 34, 35.
And it's 36 in your city.
Yeah.
And it's 36.
36.5 what I was giving them to my homies for.
And you 34.
Like, yeah, around there.
But regardless if you making 2 bands a joint, 30 joints.
Right.
And it's like.
And you get rid of them quick.
Come on, stop it, bro.
And it's like.
Right.
The nigga was just like showing so much love. Like, this nigga come drop me 20,000. Oh, for my birthday, happy birthday, give me 15,000 to take my girls to Miami. So at that point, I was just like, fuck it, it's easy money because I'm not really doing nothing.
Lost power.
Okay. I'm really not doing nothing. All I'm doing is like, say UNG.
Right.
UNG, like, say it's UNG, right?
We gonna wrap it.
So say it's like UNG. So all I'm doing is like, okay, here you go, bro. Here you go, bro.
Of course.
Y'all give me my shit. Boom. Here you go your money. So to me, I wasn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Because all I was doing was dropping the bag to my homies and collecting the money.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
until the feds make you believe that you were a fucking kingpin.
Right. So
it's just like when you was 11 and you see all them people coming over to your crib. It's the same shit except they leaving with work.
Right.
And little do you know, that's probably exactly the same shit that was going on at your crib.
Probably so.
Okay.
And what's crazy is, let's fast forward this.
Right.
Boom. Okay, it's getting good. One of my close friends I went to college with, she was like a girl I always be with. So I tried to hook her up with one of his boys. Like, okay, bitch, we going to Chicago. You go with his boy. We kick it. You know, he break bread. You know how bitches be.
Right.
She get cool to the point her mama and them going through divorce. She falling on hard times. One day she cut into the nigga. Oh, let me drive. It's only 4 hours. Let me drive. You make me a couple dollars or whatever because I'm trying to help my mom. I tell the bitch, don't do it. That's stupid as fuck. Don't do that shit. Whatever.
This is your friend. Y'all in college
we
together.
went to college together and shit.
But she can ask your nigga this. So is your nigga fucking her?
No, they were cool. Like I guess because she used to be around me so much.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So make a long story short, she ended up driving. I told her not to. She ended up driving. Me being a friend I am, I used to go out my way and follow this bitch on the road. Like if the police try to get me behind, I'll swerve and do some shit so they can get on me so she can go, you know?
That's right.
But this one particular day she came, she left without me. And she ended up getting pulled over. Make a long story short, she cooperated with the police, act like she didn't get pulled over. When I went to meet her to go get the whip, the police was there and I got bagged, basically.
Yeah, where's he? Where's he at this time?
The nigga was with me when I went to get the car, but the bitch ain't telling the nigga. So when we got arrested and got locked up and went for our arraignment and went for another court hearing, they let him go because they say she only made testimony and statements against me, not him.
But it makes him hot because they know it's two girls.
They wanted him.
It's two girls. They have to know he's the man behind it.
The whole thing is they kept, when I watched her state, like they recorded it, they kept insinuating him and she kept saying no. So they really just wanted her to put the nail in the coffin.
But she tells on you why you're her friend and he's not.
I don't know. To me, I think maybe they must have been fucking her.
Okay, that's why I insinuated.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just don't know why her loyalty was with him.
Because
if I'm your girl,
it doesn't matter.
You don't know this
she see him throwing you 5,000 here, 10,000 here.
Wasn't your girl.
Her loyalty is to him.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying.
Right.
So it's like if I'm looking at her though,
right.
like, bitch, if I'm your girl, you don't even know this nigga. Like, why would you protect me?
Can you tell me about that day though, Brand? Can you tell me about the day when y'all was sitting in the whip?
When they say follow your first mind, I swear to God, I will always follow my gut from here on out. Okay. That particular day when she got flicked or whatever, something.
Explain flicked.
She got pulled over. Listening. She called me
Detroit.
and was just like kicking it with me on the phone. I told him, I'm like, something ain't right. When she called me, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, this bitch left and then she called me. I'm like, something isn't right. So I was like, let's not go there. Let's just wait and go to Detroit tomorrow. And he like, no, let's go and get that shit out the way so we can chill. And I'm like, something ain't right.
Now,
like,
what is he talking about? Get out the way.
Like,
go
ahead and give everybody a shit so they can go work their bag
and get his check
and
back.
then he can get
right.
Tell me
how the mule situation is going down. Like, how is she?
She was driving. They had the little compartment. You know how that shit go in the trunk, under the tire wheel.
How many units is it's over now? Like you said. Yo, listen. Let me just do a PSA real quick. I'm not incriminating anybody.
No, it's already got charged and convicted. But she got caught with like 30 birds, like 30 kilos of cocaine. But my thing was, I felt crazy all that day. Even when my homies was calling me that was waiting for me in the D, when I'm on the road coming there, that's like, yo, what's wrong with you? Why you sound like that? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm just tired, or whatever. And he kept saying, let's just go meet her. I'm like, I don't want to go meet that bitch. I don't know what it was, but something told me I didn't want to go meet her. So I go meet her. She hop in the car. We blow a blunt. You know what I'm saying? And I turned to her. I was like, you ain't driving no more. I was like, it is what it is. That shit too risky. You're not driving. I said, Jay, she not driving. You know, it is what it is. She was like, okay, why? She was like, I love you. I was like, all right. So I get out the car, get in the whip.
That was the last thing she told you?
Yeah, get in the whip.
I love you. Did
she
look remorseful when she said it?
No, she's just like, all right, I love you, like regular, like you tell your girl you love her or whatever. As soon as I get in the whip, before I could turn the car out, because he was in my car, and I got in the car she was driving. Like, I don't even know where all these feds came from. So, boom, I get arrested, okay? We in jail. We in there for like a week or two. They let him go. They keep me. While I'm in jail, yo, I find out I'm fucking pregnant by this nigga in jail on a motherfucking $1 million bond. Like, they didn't even lower my fucking bond. So I'm in jail pregnant by this fucking nigga on a $1 million bond looking at however many years. My lawyer ended up getting my bond dropped to $250,000. I end up getting out. So dude comes to Detroit like shit all good. Drop me hella bread. Woman got more money coming for you the whole time. And then all of a sudden, I just got an eerie feeling about the nigga, and I just changed my number. Because, like, one day he called me, like, no, the police popped up at my mom's crib. Like, I had a whole nother crib, but I still use my mom's address. The feds came to my mom's crib with a picture looking for this nigga, like, where's your daughter? Does she know where he's at? Like, we looking for him or whatever. And my mama like, my daughter don't talk to him. You know, why? So I knew the situation was getting hot for him, and I kind of like cut ties with him. You know what I'm saying? End up being the fact that the nigga end up cooperating, and he end up making statements on my dad. You know what I'm saying? My
And your
people in
pops was how old at
Detroit.
this time?
My daddy was 65 years old,
So
man.
so at the buck, we skipped that part. He's actually fucking with your pops. This is public record. He's actually fucking with your pops
My dad,
on work after
I
fucking
think my
with you
dad
so
got
long.
a whiff thinking I
Okay.
was doing something. So he stepped in as a man and was like, nigga, whatever issues you going with, nigga, I'll help you. You know what I'm saying? But my daughter not going to be involved in shit.
Word.
Like, nigga, if you need help doing whatever, go through
Word.
me.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So my dad felt like he was providing for me, so he stepped up to the plate. Like, I'm going to reap the pros anyway.
It's so crazy because, God bless the dead, I feel for your pops so much in this situation. Of course I feel for you.
Because he was caught between a rock and a hard
Right.
place.
Of course I feel for you because I know you now, right? And I feel for your journey and all that. But I feel for your pops so much because it's just, he can't win for losing. Like, we and you was talking about that saying the other day. It's very real. It gets realer as you grow older, right? And your pops is really doing the best that he can. But every time he feels like he's doing something good for you, in some form or fashion, it backfires.
You do.
Yo, that's the plight of a man.
And I
my
feel
G.
so bad because, in a way, I still carry the guilt on my shoulder. Like, I'm the reason why my dad went to jail. Because if I ain't never fuck with this nigga, and if I ain't never bring this nigga around my family, my daddy was an OG. He ain't fuck with niggas like that. He fuck with
He
with.
can't. He was a friend
you
of
know what I'm saying?
yours.
And I brought this nigga around my family, and he like
Yeah.
destroyed my whole fucking family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was so fucking hard because it's like I carry this guilt on my shoulders. You know, my dad went to prison. He ended up getting sentenced to 8 years in prison.
At
Nigga ain't even
65 years old.
at 65 years old. What's so crazy is the feds ain't had nothing on my daddy but what the fuck this nigga said. You know what I'm saying? No,
Okay.
they couldn't say no,
So he was
the
living his
Mexicans
life
ain't
out.
know who my daddy was.
Okay.
Nobody can tell who my daddy was but this nigga. You know, and
Okay.
he ended up pleading out to 8 years. My daddy got sick in prison. He had dementia. He was diagnosed with dementia, which is like a form of Alzheimer's. He was during his 3rd year in prison. My dad got compassionate release because he had a debilitating disease that was getting worse and would never get better. You know, he was like damn near dying.
Brandy.
All right.
Yo, Brandy. I'm not trying to take you down, right?
Yeah.
But real shit, just from listening to your story, right? The 2 true loves of your life died in prison.
They did.
Real
But
shit.
my
You know
dad
what it
came
is?
home. He was dying in prison, but they let him come home. My dad died 6 months after he got released from prison.
But
My
see,
dad died.
but see that the reason why I don't respect that, I definitely respect your pop. The reason I don't respect the federal system is because they only let him out because he's
He was
dying.
dying.
Right.
If he wasn't dying, they
He
not
was
letting
still
him
in
out.
there,
They don't
old
want to
man.
pay that hospital bill of storing him there.
Exactly.
And that medicine.
Yes,
the
of
care,
course.
The same
the
way they
24-hour
ain't, the
care,
same
they
way
don't
they
pay
ain't
for
want to
that.
give your baby father the
His
asthma
medical
treatment. It's just exposure on the way things work.
And a sucker nigga live forever but die 1,000 deaths.
Exactly.
Word. Word.
You know the illest part about
Great
it is
point,
we
B.
won't get
Great
too
point.
deep in it. I know the dude who told on
Yeah,
you.
you was locked up with him.
It's crazy, man, because people exposed him where we were at.
My people exposed him.
Facts. 100 shot up onto a sport. Exposed him, but and a lot of other people. But you know what the problem with the street now is? They respect the dude with money and not the character.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Because,
it's like money justifies
bro,
everything.
You all in there wearing the same outfit and spending the same money at commissary.
Right.
But they knew a certain dude got bread. They'd be like, yeah, I heard he that, but he was a millionaire. Bro, that shit don't take the fact that
When he destroyed so many people's
Brandi
lives.
father died.
Word.
That Brandi did 10 years, 8 years, got 10 years, did 8, and her
Yeah, her
son
son.
was
Word.
1 or 2
Her
years
son.
old, and she came home and he was 9, 10.
Word.
That shit ain't fair.
Word.
That negates all the bread he got.
Word.
That negates any nigga he
But
shot.
not
That
only
negates
destroyed my
whatever
family,
he did in
that
the
nigga
street.
destroyed so many other families.
Facts.
Like, that nigga was
Right.
out like, I turned myself in 09. This nigga didn't go to jail, what, like 13?
013,
That nigga
014.
was like 14 or 13. He didn't go to
He
jail
was
like
on the
5 or
street
6 years
5,
after
6 years
for
working
the feds.
for the feds busting other people. Like
Destroying
he knocked
families.
his 50, 40 year sentence down to
where
13
is
years.
he at now?
He's probably at the same
Ashland,
place. G
Kentucky.
left.
He's probably in a camp somewhere.
And you don't want to say his name, right? That's fine.
No, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do
That's
that.
fine.
JT, she said enough.
That's fine.
Any people close to the situation know who he
That's
is.
cool. That's cool.
It's just sucker shit at its
It's
finest,
just sad
bro.
because it's
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
nigga,
If
you
he
knew
ever
what you
hear,
were doing.
he know.
So why? And I felt like this is why I felt so bad. When I got indicted, I took the whole charge by myself. I got indicted twice. My case was stayed at first because I ain't had no co-defendants when they caught me. And like, it was going to stay state.
Tell them
But
what
when
you
this
took
nigga-
in the state first.
I took a 9 to 20 year sentence in state. Because
and was bidding in the state
and
first
was
before the
bidding
feds
and doing
came.
my bid. But
Fact.
when this nigga got jammed up, he started telling on everybody. So the feds came and indicted me like, oh, bitch, it was your daddy, it was your people, it was this. So, bitch, you knew all this shit when you act like you ain't know nothing. So guess what, bitch? You about to get indicted again.
Okay.
And I got indicted again and got 10 years with the feds. Thank God. I don't know. God just working mysterious ways. My house and shit got raided when I was on pretrial. So when I went in front of my state judge, he like, look, it's looking ugly. She probably gonna get indicted by the feds on a conspiracy with the drugs she getting charged with.
Right.
If she gets charged, are you willing to dismiss this and just let her go ahead and do fed time? Because more than likely it's gonna be more time than she got now.
Right.
So it's just a whole. I was just a whole uncomfortable feeling. Like I'm in state, boom, I'm doing my time, I'm bidding, I'm chilling. Then I get pulled out there on a writ because I'm in the feds fighting this case. So I'm in the county for 2 motherfucking years. Went from seeing my son 3 or 4 days out the week because I'm 45 minutes from my house to seeing him 1 week, 30 minutes behind the glass for 2 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just made my situation so uncomfortable. And it's like all this for what, nigga? Like, why you have to tell in Detroit? You have all these niggas you was telling on. Why you telling on my family when I already took one for the team? You know, that's what really bothered me so bad.
Why though? You know why though? Because your pops was that guy.
And it's so crazy because I think back to how the feds just be on you. When they raided my house with my baby daddy, they was like, oh, we know you. Your daddy Charles Davis, Brandi Davis. We know your daddy. This is what the feds telling me when they raided my house with my baby daddy. Then my baby daddy called me from the joint like, yo, these niggas questioning me about your daddy and his brother. I told them niggas, he an old ass grandpa. Like, don't be asking me shit about the nigga. So they looking at me like, and this how I see the feds looked at me. They looked at me like I'm this girl that fuck with dope boys, and the niggas I fuck with must fuck with my daddy. That's what the feds try to put together. They try to do it with my baby daddy, and they couldn't do it because he wasn't about that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they was able to do it with this nigga.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I caught this case, the feds looked at me like, you just ain't no girlfriend that don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? This is what you do. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they was really like, take this 10 or go to trial and get 20.
Okay, after you being a real chick, you catch a 10. I don't want to fast forward through your bid. Your bid is real. How is it knowing you got a son that you don't know? This your only child, that he's growing up with your sisters, with your mother, your father's in prison. Like, what's that feeling like?
It was hurtful because my dad was the head. When you cut off the head, the body fall. You know what I'm saying? My sisters and my mom did the best that they could, but in the aspect of strength and leadership and go-getter, it was me and my dad. We was like two in the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotta ask you a real question.
Go ahead.
You said your pops felt like you was the son he never had. Did you feel like the fruition of that statement was you followed in his footsteps?
Basically. Because I'm so much like him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so much like him. Like, I'm strong-minded like him. If I see shit and I want it, I'm going to do whatever I do to get it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm just like my dad.
That's
you
a
know?
strength and a
So
weakness
it was
at the
just
same
like,
time,
my
right?
family went through so many ups and downs because it went from having everything to having nothing. Or you having this, but you got to stretch this for so long because how you know when the next dollar going to come in.
Word.
So not only did it affect me, it affected everybody in my family as a whole. You know, then not to mention my dad came home sick and he was at hospice at home. So they giving my dad 24-hour care between my sisters and my mom.
Real quick, right? Because we overlook mental health all the time. Like, being stressed out ain't shit, right? It's the norm, right? Just like the hustle is the norm. So you already said you was depressed after your baby father passed away. Then you get with this motherfucker, right? And then everything goes to a lower level than you ever thought before. Now you on a level even lower than that. Am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. You're
Right.
right.
So what's your mental state at this point? Like, now you locked up.
I just feel like
Your best friend betrayed you, right? Your dude betrayed you.
My daddy locked
and
the
you
fuck up
facing
because
10
of me.
joints,
And I feel like my
and
dad
your
locked up
father's
because
situation,
of me. My
and you
son
facing
ain't got
10
no
joints.
daddy. My son ain't
your
got
son,
no mama.
like, keep it real. Where'd you find the strength in your mind state to not tell? I'm just keeping it real. Most
listen,
people would tell.
The
Most people
mind,
would tell.
it crossed people's minds all the
Right.
time, so we're not gonna be fake about that.
Right.
What gave you that stability?
Because I didn't want to put nobody through what the fuck somebody else put me through. I couldn't see
Facts. Talk
myself
that
destroying
shit.
somebody else's life like somebody destroyed mine. Breaking up families and shit. I couldn't do that.
You were in the game and knew what the consequences
I knew what I was doing.
I know. You definitely knew what you were doing. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I knew you knew what you were doing because you were in the game and actually knew what the consequences were for your actions. Okay. So that happens. Your dad's in jail. You're in jail. Your son is out here. I don't want to skip over your bid.
You don't have to. It ain't nothing to skip over. Shit.
You do 8 years. Like, that shit is a lot of fucking time.
But
like, these are women that are in prison, and that shit is like
let me
super
tell
crazy.
You don't understand. I want to make this a fact
ahead,
before we wrap it up.
Let's do it.
No, you good. Take your time.
I was on both sides of the fence. I know what it's like to hold somebody down in prison. I know what it's like to be in prison. When I went to see my baby daddy, nothing but bitches in there with their kids. Everybody in there with their kids. Bitches holding them down. When you go to a visit room on a women's prison, you see grandmas and grandpas in there with their kids. You don't see no niggas in there holding their bitches down. It's not the same. Bitches will hold a nigga down and ride with him till the wheels fall off. But niggas don't do the same for us. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Papoose.
And that shit was, shout out to Papoose.
Real
because,
shit.
And the few that was in there holding their girls down when I was locked up. Word. But you see men, nothing but bitches with the kids. And women, you see the grandparents.
Okay, I see
with the kids.
I see the point.
You know what I'm saying?
I see the point.
Men get to have that love and affection and that compassion to hold them down while they behind the walls. We don't get that.
Talk that shit.
You know what I'm saying? We don't get that same love.
That's
and
the
compassion
difference
from
too.
our
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
so
you might get
so
a chick you was
harder.
fucking on the side to come see you.
You gonna get visit from bitches, your bitch, your other baby mama, that baby mama.
But
you know
you not getting a chick's not getting visits from dudes going 4 or 5 hours, 8 hours down the road.
No, they're
Fuck
not.
outta here.
And they niggas ain't keeping their kids. Neither
That's
the
real
kids
shit
be
to
with the
touch on.
grandma.
Yeah.
And it's just sad because I call them my sisters because I did a lot of time with a lot of females and we developed bonds. I call them my sisters. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Pink Panther clique. My sister Jamila, Sunny, Aisha, Z, Jen. I got a lot of sisters that we hold each other down. Like, we was day ones in there. And we used to talk about shit when we get home. And then the same bitches that we travel around the state to state to go see now, But it's just like, it's just crazy because I done seen my girls go through so much. Like, nigga not answering the phone. Nigga Jai cutting them off. They don't want to be with them no more. You know what I'm saying? It's sad because it's like a woman to be there for you, but you ain't reciprocal and doing the same thing for them when they at they low. You know what
it is too.
So how did y'all find strength in each other?
We found strength in each other. That's why I said we walk that track with each other. We laugh with each other. We cry with each other. We there for each other. You know what I'm saying? It's just like girls, kids, they get taken away and they over at this person's house and that person's house. Like, you don't know how that mentally wears you down as a woman when you don't know where your kid at or your kid in foster care because they somewhere and they can't get taken care of. Like, women go through so much in prison, yo. At least when a man in prison, your bitch at home taking care of your kids. It's not like that when you're a woman and your kid out there and somebody else taking care of them. Sometimes people taking care of them, you don't even want them to be there.
What about your son at this point?
My son was straight.
Is he coming to visit you?
Yeah, my family makes sure my son come to
visit
me. I'm watching him grow up through the glass, through pictures, through visits. We have video visit. But one thing I can say about my son, you would never know. Gino, you would never know or think that I've been going out that little boy life as long as I have. I don't know. I just say it ain't nothing like the love that a child has for his mother. It's unconditional.
I think an underlying theme of this entire podcast, right? Which I hope people grasp to the fullest every element of it. But an underlying theme is like, it's a gender situation when it comes to your kids. Like, the relationship that a daughter has to a father, which we've honestly, came to light through your situation, and that's real shit because it's only right for you then to have a son, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who you relate to as a mother
Ain't a coincidence.
in the same type of situation, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because your son, tell me if I'm wrong, I'm assuming, but do you look at your son like a little you?
Yeah, but he different.
Yeah, but he different, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You watch your dad go up in that situation.
And
You
now
Right.
watch his mother.
you know
Right.
what?
It-
And I
it-
The
said that
cycle
the cycle
continues.
repeated itself.
Right,
My
exactly.
daddy went to jail. I went to jail.
Mm.
I had a son. His daddy went to jail. His mama went to jail. He got
Right.
both sides of it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? He lost his dad and he lost his mom.
Right.
Then he lost the man the only person he called my daddy. He lost the man that
Man,
raised him.
listen,
So really,
man.
my baby took 3 significant losses before the age of fucking nine.
The same way
9.
The same way that you was 15 going on 45, those are your words, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we was pre-gaming in here, we having a good time, we just chopping it up, your son hitting you. You're like, yo, no matter what situation, my son is cool, my son is collective, like, he don't stress nothing. That's
Right.
because your son
Been through some shit.
is, how old is your son?
11.
He's 11 going on 25, right?
And not
he
even
been
as
through
grown. Just
he been through the shit you've been through in a different way, completely
More.
in a different way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he carries the same genes of resiliency that you carry, right? And he's built for the same success that you built for, which I really want to get into at this point because we've been through a lot of hardships, we've been through a lot of fucked up shit, we've been through a lot of ups and downs. But I really want to wrap things up on a positivity note because your life is positive
yeah,
now,
it is.
and
Okay.
you're doing major things.
Okay.
And
Hold on.
you know,
Can I
am I
cut in?
am I jumping the gun?
You're
What
not
you
jumping
got-
the
what
gun
you
at
gotta
all.
cut
But I
in?
want to
Alright.
cut. No, I want to cut in because
Go ahead.
she was in prison.
Yeah.
Father hadn't passed yet, but father was.
But he died when I was
He
in prison.
had
Yeah.
Alzheimer's. He had all of this.
Damn.
Baby
I
Pops
didn't
died.
even realize that.
Listen.
All right, go ahead.
But in that still shit, you did cosmetology school.
Firefighter.
She was a firefighter.
Paralegal.
Took a real live firefighter
While she
class
was
with
live.
fire trucks and all of that shit.
Paralegal course.
Paralegal
Wow.
course, like wasn't bullshit in there. That's the difference. What through all the adversity, motherfuckers don't understand. This podcast is called A Drug Dealer's Dream. A drug dealer's dream.
familiar,
listen,
man.
no, fuck it. At
For
the end
real.
of the day, Pops went through all of that shit. She was on street shit when she was home. At the end of the day, that shit still boils down to education.
It does.
Learning the trade. All the shit they told us when we was little that we didn't do because we thought we could take the other way.
Right, right.
It still boils down to that shit at the end of the day.
Right.
So you go all around straight angle to go straight.
Right.
Because straight is the only way to get the fuck out the way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you did that. You got all those trades. You come home and you got a job.
Yeah, I did.
You
My
got to
first
learn
job
how to
I ever had
pay
in my
bills.
life.
Let's-
Listen, the shit you was supposed to learn at 18, 19, 20,
I learned at
you
34,
learning now
35.
at 33, 34, 35.
And let's remind them, you said when you came home, you felt like you was 15, right?
Because I never had no responsibility. Not to mention, my
And let's
dad
keep it a
wasn't
buck.
here. I didn't
You
have
come
no
home,
fall
you ain't got
guy.
no money,
I
you
had
don't got
shit.
nothing.
You ain't got no man.
And motherfuckers is really
Got
looking
shit.
at you like you been gone all this time, but
Right.
save us.
Right.
Because when you go to jail, motherfuckers really think like you just got this secret bag of $1 million sitting in the dumpster.
So it's like
Right.
I came home with shit. My daddy ain't here, the nigga who always had our back. My family going through financial struggles. I mean, it is what it is. Like, shit wasn't the same. I kind of got hit. Well, I was like shell shocked. Like, damn. And it kind of blew me. And everybody was like, yo, you acting funny. And I wasn't trying to act funny to my family. I was just trying to get myself together and mentally prepare myself for what was to come. You know, I
Right.
never had no responsibility in my life. I never paid a bill. I never had a job.
So now you a
So
woman
at
on
34
your own.
years
You're a
old,
woman on
it's
your
like
own.
I'm thrown out here into this world and I don't know where I'm going to get my next dollar from.
So what'd you do?
God working mysterious ways. It's like my people got me a job. You
What's
know, I
your-
got me a job.
What was
I
your
work,
job?
I work at car dealership.
Because I want people to understand, like, you coming from a woman, a young woman, right, who had everything that she, more than she could imagine, right? But when you lose focus of the hustle, when you lose focus of the grind, right, realistically, man, that's the point a lot of people fall off, you know. So you came home, you didn't You didn't act entitled. You didn't say, yo,
Mm-mm.
if a job ain't giving me, 120,000 a year, I ain't taking it.
How could you
Right?
when you don't have shit? You can't be entitled because
And
I
you
got
got
a
that son
kid.
looking at
I
you
got a
every
growing
day.
kid that is growing who need clothes who
And keep
like
it
to
real with
eat.
me, Brandy. Keep it real with me, right? As he gets older, he looking more and more like your favorite person in the world.
But he look like his dad.
Word, word.
He do.
So,
He look just like his
so
dad.
the same way that his dad took care of you, right? Are you feeling that
I
responsibility at
do.
this point?
I do. I feel like he deserve it. Like I got
Word,
such a good
word.
kid. Like I admire my son so much because all the negative things that he been through in life, he could have went the other way. But he a star basketball player. He get all A's and B's. He a star
Shout
football
out your
player.
son real quick.
Yeah, he's
What he
like
got? He got Instagram.
What's
He
his
got something? What he
Instagram?
got?
DeBron,
Yeah,
what's
what he got?
His Instagram
What
is
he got?
Primetime6.
Mm.
But he's like such a good kid, and he's just I admire his strength. Like he my hero because for a kid to go through all the things that he been through and still walk around confident with his head held high, he didn't give a damn that I was in jail. I remember when I was in jail, he did a school project, and when he asked for pictures, it's all. I went to jail when he was 3. All the pictures from 3 to 11 is prison pictures, and he did a project on his family. And my mom was like, "You gonna put that picture on there?" He put my prison picture on there. It's like I don't give a damn that my mama in jail, and he'll tell you, "Yeah, my mama in jail. So what?"
Word.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing that he was ashamed or embarrassed about. And I got so much admiration and respect for my son because he just been through so much.
Real quick, a sidebar. Do you think that confidence that he had in you, right, and his family structure, comes from the relationship that you were able to maintain while you was locked up?
I think so.
All right. So to all the young women, older women, whatever women locked up, they can still maintain a relationship.
You can have an excellent relationship with awesome bond
just
with
let
your
them know
kid.
that. That's all.
And
I'm
like
saying.
I said, it's nothing like the love that a child has for their mother. Like we carry these kids in us for damn near 10 months. The connection that you have with your kid and you a mother is unbearable. Like y'all saying to share air, the same blood. Like they hear your voice constantly. Like they grow inside of you
Word.
for almost 10
Word.
months.
It's
So that
different.
bond cannot be broken.
Word.
And I know for a fact because when I came home, like I didn't even, my son never made me feel awkward like I was gone.
Right.
Like it just all fell into place. Like you would never have thought I was gone that long out of his life.
Man, so to bring everything full circle, right? You home now for a year plus, right? Not even 2 years.
Not even 2 years.
Year plus. You sitting in front of us looking like $1 million.
Oh,
all right.
thank you.
All right. You're not fucked up. You're doing well. You humbled yourself. You got back to the grind. An independent grind though.
Yeah, let them know that you didn't come home to a bag.
Right.
You came home.
No.
You got a job.
Right.
Went
I
to the
came home.
halfway house.
I went to the halfway house. I came home. I got a job. I worked my way up on my job to where I went making a little bit to making enough. I got my own car. Got my own crib. Got my own furniture.
What did you have to learn about? Did you have to learn about regular shit like credit?
Yeah,
Car
no,
loan?
How did you how to work a phone when you came
Listen,
home?
my son taught me how to work everything, and it's just crazy. Like I got my credit. I know how to pay my bills. Like I'm paying my bills on time, making my credit score be good.
No man taking care of you no more.
No.
First time in your life.
Yeah, that I took care of myself, and
Real
I feel
shit.
proud. I got
Real
my own
shit.
place.
Shout
I
out
got
to
my
Brandi
own
Davis,
car.
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Me and my baby slept on air mattresses in the family room. My first 2 months, I got my
At
apartment.
free pretty girls.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't
On
ashamed
IG.
to say it.
Yes.
We slept on air mattresses, and guess what my son said? He ain't give a damn. He slept on that air mattress with me. He was like, "Mommy, we got our own house." You know what I'm saying? And it's a nice. My apartment is nice, but that shit ain't get furnished when I first got it.
But you went from.
But I got my
houses.
apartment still on house arrest. That's what I'm saying.
Talk
so
that
I look
shit.
at
A real
these girls
hustler.
like,
No matter how long I've been down.
Word.
I can't.
Word.
I just feel like this.
Tell them how you felt, Brandi.
I came home to shit, and I already had a strike against me. I was a felon. Nobody who ain't never went nowhere can never say they can't be shit when I came home and made nothing out of something. What a felon. You know what I'm saying? Got my own crib, furnished my shit. It might have took time. I'm not no bitch out here that's gonna front like. Not out here fronting like, oh, I got the bag, da 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 da. Every day it's a struggle. It's an uphill battle.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, my son come first. So if you see my son there, that motherfucker gonna be crispy. If you see me, you might catch me in some workout Nike clothes. But guess what? I don't care. As long as he got everything he want and all the things that he want to do, I can sacrifice a little bit for him to have everything. But like I said, I got my crib when I was on house arrest. I moved into my apartment on the box.
Hold
You know what
up.
I'm saying?
Hold
And
on.
you
Yeah, I
still
gotta
got
hold up.
hold on now, and you
Period.
I
still
gotta hold
got
up,
throwback Puff Daddy jewelry.
Yeah.
Shit still
Yeah.
gleaming
Yo,
from
but real
'98.
shit.
What
real
up,
shit,
man?
Real shit, Brandy. You know what you sound like? Just from listening to your story? You sound like your pops.
I do.
You sound like your pops.
Oh, well, that's a good thing.
Nah, that's dope. That's dope. Talking about how you take care of your son.
Yeah, I love taking care of my son. I love making him happy. Like when I do, and I don't know. I don't know if it's because I've been gone, and like he kind of like got a young mom. You know what I'm saying? So like I had his friends over this weekend. We went to the movies. We went to see Medea Boo. We went to Six Flags, and like out the blue when we walking, he just hugged me. He's like, "Thank you, mom." You know what I'm saying? So it was just like
Word.
little shit like
Word.
Real
that
shit.
make me
Word.
feel so good. Like I took him shopping and bought him clothes, got him fresh, and he just was looking at his clothes like, "Thank you, mom." And just to see the admiration that he has for me in his eyes makes me grind harder. I don't get no fucking sleep. I'm on the go 24 hours a day.
You gotta be at work tomorrow morning.
At 8:30.
Word.
And my
you
nephew
here
at my
what
house
time?
and my son.
At what
I'm
time?
here
What
at
time
fucking
is it?
10:40.
All right, so let's get to what you doing now because we gotta plug you right before we wrap it.
Well,
right, we gotta plug you. You doing amazing things.
God been good to me. Let's just say it like that. And I feel like when you
Yeah.
put God first and you really humble yourself and you really try to stay on a straight path, Allah gonna open up doors for you that you don't ever think that'd be open before.
Say
I
it
just
again.
look at
Say
myself.
it again. Say
like,
it again, Brandy.
I
Say
say
it
when
again.
you put God first
Yeah.
and you humble yourself
Uh-huh.
and God knows that you trying to stay on a straight path, Allah will open all type of doors for you.
Drug dealers.
And
Stay on
Let's
your
go.
dean.
Let's
yeah,
go.
and
Facts.
it's just,
Let's
and
go.
I'm not perfect, but He know what's in my heart, you know. And it's so crazy because I look at myself like, oh, I'm just a little girl from Detroit who was running them streets and got knocked, and that's how I look at myself. But I never knew me sharing my story with so many people has touched so many girls' lives. Like I get DMs, I get so much love on Instagram from people that's just like I inspire them, and I'm looking like, who, me? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's just if me sharing my story can help change one person's life, it means a world to me.
A
you know,
life world.
a life world.
Nah, go ahead.
So like, it's just like right now, I'm in the process of doing this show. You know, on BET, it's a reality show, but it's about women who been through their lows and showing them trying to move up. You know, I'm also doing, I don't know if I can really talk about it, so I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm
Okay.
also doing a show that's part of the OWN network, you know, in regards to it's a special they doing on women that were incarcerated and they transition coming home from prison and how it affect their lives and, you know, the people around them. So it's just crazy. Like, I be looking like, why me? But I feel like God doesn't make no mistakes. I feel like He using me and my experiences to help others. So I'm just going to follow His lead and do what He has in store for me.
Can I tell you why you, real quick?
What?
Because of resiliency, man. Yo, you gotta stay resilient in your situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Throughout your story that you told us, it's been a bunch of wild shit that happened, a bunch of bad things that happened, right? And you managed somehow, right, to hold yourself responsible for who you are and hold yourself accountable for who you are, stand up and do what you felt was right.
Mm-hmm.
And yo, that shit takes sacrifice. It takes a long time of being down. And you definitely spent your time down. But when you stay true to yourself and when you do the right thing, it sounds corny, but when you do the right thing, right?
Facts.
It comes back.
You do dirt, you get
It
dirt.
comes back. And when you don't do dirt,
You do
you
dirt.
fucking get a reward, baby.
Right.
And you're getting a reward. People are seeing that in you because the more you do right, the more you separate yourself from the average and the more you recuperate the reward. So when people start calling you and giving you offers and what is it? The OWN network. What's the other network? BT. Come on, man. This isn't regular shit, right? You just finished saying your exact words was, I'm a regular girl from Detroit, right?
On top of that, go ahead.
No, but let me just finish real quick. So you have to understand that you're not regular because you did what wasn't regular.
Yeah.
You should have told. You should have told.
In people's eyes, in the civilians' eyes.
Exactly.
That's the difference. We talking about people in the street, you're not a civilian. So let's not get that twisted.
100%.
In the civilians' eyes, most women, most dudes
they
who work at Best Buy,
girl,
they're like, girl,
you should have told.
I was fucking with him. I would have told on a nigga.
No.
But you knew the rules from your pops because you were raised by a real life street honorable man. Once you get in the game, that's just what it comes with it.
100%.
I think
you separated yourself at that point.
Right.
So understand that your success now, it don't come out of nowhere. It comes out of your decision at that crossroads in your life to choose who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
And when you chose who you are, rooted in who your father was, you gaining the rewards that you gain now. And that's an amazing thing. And you just stick your fucking chest out and let them know who you are. When you get that platform, when you get on BT, which is soon, right? Everybody go check it out. And make sure everybody goes to @FreePrettyGirls, right? On Instagram. And when you get on these platforms, you're going to let them know who you are. And I guarantee you on those same platforms, you're going to stand out the same way you did when you was hustling, right? The same way you did when you was locked up. The same way you're going to be on TV. You're going to stand out and you're going to progress. And you're going to be better than any fucking body on there. Because if you wasn't, we would have them on the show. And we got you on the show.
And the thing it is, what I like to say too is, it's hundreds and thousands of women that was in the same prison you in.
Word.
It's 2% of them, 1% of them that's gonna be on TV.
Right.
Word.
And it's a reason for that. Like God got a place for you. Like and that's just real. Like I think it ain't no coincidence. You know what I'm saying? Like I think, God forgive me, and this show is nothing about me. I did time. I think, honestly, I did the best after. You know what I mean? And it's because you sacrifice so much and you eat so much, and God not saying because you didn't snitch or no, you know. I don't know if God does that. I'm not him.
Yeah.
But you give what you get. I'm eating mine.
Yeah.
And I'm responsible. You know, I'm not put that responsibility on somebody else.
Yeah.
So God like, all right, damn, I put you to the test.
And you passed.
You did that shit.
Let me give you a break.
Now let me get
Come
you
on,
some
let me give you a break.
Yeah.
Let me give you a
Let me
break.
give you a break, bro.
And look how you...
And God sees after that. Whether it's you wrote a book.
Yeah.
High price I had to pay for.
Yeah, we gotta plug that. Plug your book.
Listen.
Plug your book.
Listen.
Yeah,
she wrote a book,
after,
High Price I Had to Pay, part 4, number 4. We doing podcasts. We doing clothing line.
Yeah.
Like it's a reason, bro. Because God seen, yo, you been through all that shit. But I believe after this shit, you gonna do all right. Like you really learn from your lesson.
You do.
Like it takes, you might not have learned off top.
Yeah.
But you really like, yo, I think you gonna get it.
It take you,
You
to
know
go
what I'm saying?
through something
But when you
sometimes.
trying to take shortcuts where you get roped, and I tell on him just to get back out here and do the
Finesse
bullshit.
and you gonna go back and do the same
come
shit
on,
you
man.
did
Like
before you
God,
got
like
locked
yeah,
up.
all right, stop fucking playing with me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get these niggas to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Word.
like every time you come outside, these niggas gonna shoot you in the leg.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you snitched on so and so.
Word.
Like because you don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to start to get that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do.
And it's so many religions out there. We not gonna get too lit.
No.
Right.
But I really believe everybody prays to one God, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but it's like, I think God throw all these extra joints out there to be like, I just want y'all to believe in something, though.
Something.
Because everything has contradiction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but it's really like, man, have faith in something. Faith
Yeah, it's gonna carry you a long way.
is actually believing in something that is unseen and unfelt.
And
But you can just, you know it's there. You know what I mean? So we ain't gonna get too deep on the show, but
Definitely not.
But don't get tricked into whatever. Just believe it's a higher power, and whatever you believe in. I respect our religion. I don't care if you Jewish, Muslim,
Yeah.
Christian. Believe in something besides these dumbass niggas in the
For
street.
real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like real life
No,
fact.
straight up.
Word.
And I ain't gonna even front. Like
Word.
I feel in my heart, Islam saved my life. Like,
And I respect
and
it.
people look at
Right.
it like, oh, they don't understand. Like, it's so peaceful. Like that Islam just put me at peace with myself, and you know what I'm saying. And I'm instilling the values that I learned with Islam into my son. You know what I'm saying? Because I want him to be a strong, Muslim man on his deen. But like I said, you gotta have something.
You gotta have something.
You gotta have something,
Bro,
bigger
listen,
than you.
If
You gotta have
somebody
something bigger than
took
you.
Islam and made them a better person, or took
Take it.
being a Jewish,
Take it.
Judaism, or being a Christian and made you a better
Whatever
person,
it is, take
fuck
it. Take it. Take it.
Roll with it.
Because if you don't see nothing bigger than you, you're gonna always make selfish decisions.
Because you ain't get you here.
Exactly.
You think you invented you? You think
Nah.
the world has
Yeah.
started with you?
Nah.
No, this shit is deeper than rap, bro.
But I just feel like all of us get signs, and it's there, but it's all about if you gonna pay attention. You know what I'm
100%,
saying?
But you gotta be humble enough to pay attention.
You gotta be
Brandy.
humble enough to pay attention.
So Brandy, what I want you to do, right, before we wrap, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to line up everything you got coming out.
Let's do it.
All right, and that's it. I want you to
Well,
line up
like I
everything
said,
you got.
right now I'm in a process. Like I said, I don't know if I really talk
No,
about
no,
it.
you can't. You
But
just talk
like I
about
said,
what
right
you
now I'm
what
in a
what's
process.
confirmed.
Yeah, what's
I'm in a
confirmed?
process of doing a reality show. It's going to show on air on BET after the new year, 2018 spring.
Okay. You can't say the name, right?
It's called From the Bottoms Up.
Okay, from the
Okay.
bottom.
From the
Just
bottoms
check
up.
for that. From the bottoms
And
up.
I'm also doing an interview. I don't know about this one if I can really speak about it right now. I
Don't
don't
do
know.
nothing you can't do.
Right. So I'm really doing a special. It's gonna come on the on network.
Okay.
It's about women being incarcerated, and it's crazy
Uh-huh.
because I'm doing a show with my prison mom and one of my prison sisters.
Okay.
So it's a show on women that was incarcerated, and
Do you
they
know what
entry
channel
back
it's
to
gonna be on?
She said own. She
on
said
the
my
OWN
bad,
network.
my
Yep,
bad.
it's gonna be on OWN network. But I'll keep everything posted on my page at Free Pretty Girls. So
At Free Pretty
In
Girls.
that drug
everybody-
dealer's dream.
and at a
Of
drug
course,
dealer's dream, they
of
gonna
course,
support it too.
of
So
course, of
I have
course.
everything posted on my page. So to keep everybody abreast of what's going on with me.
Word, yo.
And I
Brandy.
do appreciate. Let me say this: I
ahead.
get so much love from people on Instagram and so many people that's purchased my book. I just really appreciate
even
the love
plugged
and
your book
support.
yet. You
It's
ain't plugged
called
your
A
book.
High Price I Had to Pay For.
Where could they get it? Tell them
They
where
can get it on
it.
Amazon. The link is in my bio, or Barnes and Nobles. It's available on all those sites. But I just want to say I really, really appreciate all the love and all support I get from everybody.
You know what's so dope about you, Brandy?
What?
Your book is only the beginning, where some people strive a whole lifetime and never even get a
Yeah.
book.
I've been
That's
blessed.
That's dope.
I've been blessed.
And you blessed yourself.
Thank
Take some
you.
credit. Be humble. It's been dope to have you as a guest. We appreciate it. To the umpteenth power. We love your story. We love your journey.
Thank
it's
you.
inspirational to everybody. Shout out to your son.
Yes,
all the
my little
amazing thing
king.
he's doing.
Yes.
Shout out to your father. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Shout out to your mother.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Magic. Rest
everybody.
in peace.
Yeah.
yeah.
Never
Shout-
met
like-
him.
Like,
Shout out,
this
yo,
is a-
real niggas worldwide, man. Sometimes nigga got salute. A lot of dudes be hating when you deal with a chick who baby daddy was a real nigga, who was a legend. Salute him, bro.
Word.
She gonna respect you more.
Word.
Like at the end of the day, you not a clown. You hope to be as great as him. You don't strive to be him. You just strive to play your part. But at the end of the day, like you can't get the jealous heart, jealous mind state about anything. Like
hope.
at the end of the day, if you mess with a chick who got a kid, or ladies, if you mess with a man who got a kid, it's a package deal.
It is.
You worried about the wrong thing. Just play your part. Everything will play and come in place. Like the man or the woman is gonna respect you for actually taking that in consideration, that you have a kid and you treating them like your own. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So
yo, real.
Yeah,
That's
because me
real
and my
shit.
baby, we a package deal. You mess with me, you gonna mess with him. And if you can't accept him and treat him right, you can go ahead and kick the dough.
And real shit.
Just
I know,
for real.
I know that your son. I met your son. I had the pleasure of meeting
Ain't he
your son.
crazy?
he came
He's
to
a
our
great-
pop-up
Yeah,
shop.
he came to
great
the pop-up
His
shop.
feet is mad big.
Yeah.
Shut up, I'm not my baby. He gonna be mad tall.
He got glasses, like, but he could still
But he
hoop
lit.
and
Looking like
play
a little Malcolm
football.
X.
He lit.
Yeah, and everything.
Front of the
But-
Maybach lit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's his Instagram page. His photo on his, that's his photo on
Yeah.
his Instagram profile picture. He in front of the Maybach like that.
But
It
real
is.
shit, I hope that he understands his mother's journey, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
real shit, I hope that this lends him some understanding and some perspective to the way that, he came to be. And that's the best we could do. That's
Yeah.
the best we could do, yo.
I want to say something
Word.
small
Alright.
regarding to your son. As far as you been gone, like you was gone all that time.
Mm-hmm.
My pops did a fat bid, so even though my pops was home, even though he wasn't with my mom's or whatever, he might not have been around as much as I wanted to expect him to. But when he leave, just like how you left, your kids learn so much about you from other people.
Yeah.
So you be like, dang, my dad did that or my
Yeah.
mom did that.
The
Like that
stories.
shit is dope. Like word. Oh, that's
Yeah.
where I get that from or whatever.
Word.
And I
Word.
think that is the illest part about if you do go away, if you got a good support system or people who do respect you or respect your mom, your dad, they tell your kids story about you and the parents don't know as much, but you appreciate them more and you like, damn, like my pops or my mom's was a good
Yeah.
dude. You know what I'm saying? Or a good
That's
person.
what I try to do with his dad, and then his dad
Real
friends
shit.
always do that, and he's in touch with like some of his family in St. Louis, and I always try to say, "Oh, your dad was this," or his dad friends be like, "Your daddy was good at basketball. That's probably your dad liked the
Real
hoop."
shit.
Right,
So
right.
I kind of try to just instill those memories in him, and it's so crazy because when you talk about his dad, you'll think he was around his dad all his life. So I
Word.
think I don't know if
Word.
it's just some underlying bond or whatever it is between them two, but I try to do the same thing with his dad just to keep his spirit alive, you know.
Damn, son. I keep trying to rap it, but I keep having something
Yo.
else to say. Yo,
Let's
all I
go.
want to say is, yo, the importance of storytelling, right?
Mhm.
That's really what this is about. You know,
Okay.
Brandi, thank you for being able
Oh,
to tell the
thank
story.
y'all.
You did amazing. Like you went on epic rants.
Oh.
You did. You told amazing
I was
stories.
brand today.
Yeah, you
brand,
did.
brand.
You told descriptive stories. Like I'm sure people listening could see it like a movie, but you got to understand, like for those of you who live in it, who can relate to it, understand that you got to pass your own stories down. Like it don't stop here. Hopefully, this inspires you to tell stories to the next generation so they can understand the repercussions. You know that everything that glitters definitely is not
Ain't
gold.
gold.
Word, and that everything comes with repercussions, and runs are runs because they're runs and they end. You know what I'm saying? It's
You're
not
right.
a walk, and it's just extremely important, man. You know, I'm even humbled with being in your presence as a guest. It just reminds me of why the fuck we doing this. You know, and I'm just grateful, you know, for the impact that you had on the listeners, and that's that, man. I just
Thank
appreciate
you.
everything. Word.
Facts. Yo,
Well,
we're gonna wrap this up. A Drug Dealer's Dreams podcast. We don't know what episode it's gonna
Who
be.
knows?
We got a valuable guest.
Who knows? Man? Shout out
Brandi
to
Davis.
Brandi Davis.
Whatever
Go
it's
buy
gonna
her
be, I'm
book.
happy.
A Drug
Go
Dealer's
watch her
Dreams.
on every network.
She about to be lit, and we
Yeah.
had her first. So stop
Aw,
hating.
Yeah, never
You know what I'm
forget
saying? It's
that.
deeper than rap. That's what
Word.
y'all don't understand. We don't just get motherfuckers on the show like it's a family vibe here.
It is.
You
It's
know?
a family affair over here.
Word. Peace, bro.